Hey, folks, it's a match once again, and come at you with another live stream, just something random, no topic or anything. Some people in the chat, hey there, Marcus, Steven, Silverwings, Preminator, Jesse, Justin. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing okay. And yeah, just making sure everything's working. Hey, John, the Zero Cool. John, how's it going, man? How are you doing tonight? How's everything going? Hey there, Alter Ego. Hey there, Fadi. I'm doing okay. Can't complain too much. Thank you for letting me know, Civil Wings. Thank you, man. Saw your comment. Yeah, May the 4th coming up, so I don't know what Star Wars game you could play. Any would be cool. Have you played Super Star Wars? Not sure. Have to look. Dan Schneider's suit. The makers are quite on set. I would love to see how far they get with that. Well, Dan Schneider ain't going to get far with that, so I'll say that. It's also funny because then they asked him and he denied being on it. If that's the case, then they got proof of we asked you to be part of it, you denied it, and now we'll see how far that gets. Oh, that's cool, Preminator. You saw Alien in the theaters? Cool. Yeah, still working on a day Preminator for the Aliens commentary. Stuntman Mark, he's a bit busy right now. Might get CK from Deadpit on there too. He's open for doing it. They may be busy this coming week. Hopefully the week after. Oh, you didn't live stream Super Star Wars. Gotcha. You've been working a lot? Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed the Corey Feldman video. Yeah, that was definitely cringe. Yep, Mike's birthday's tomorrow. Happy birthday to Mike. Hey there, DJ Mexicano. Top 3 favorite horror films of this current decade? I mean, I don't know. I mean, that would take a lot of brain power to try to figure out because I wouldn't say it's been the best. I mean, I guess the past 4 years, you're saying? I don't know what all horror films came out from 2020 to 2024. I have to see like a full list. Oh, thank you, Preminator. But hey there, JoJo. Hey there, DJ Mexicano. You're watching Big Daddy? That's cool. Decent Adam Sandler film. Johnny, I have no idea what you're talking about. What bill? No idea what that bill is. I don't really follow the news. Sam, I would choose the French Connection between those two. I mean, of the past 4 years, that'd be tough to think. Hey, DJ, I'm doing okay. Hope you're doing well. Well, I mean, it's Kelly Clarkson's show. What do you expect? About as bad as the Drew Barrymore show. I mean, who watches Kelly Clarkson and Drew Barrymore shows? Unless you want to torture yourself with absolute cringe. Those shows suck anyway. Like, there's no reason to watch them unless you want to, again, outwardly cringe. Drew Barrymore and uh, Kelly Clarkson, they suck. Those shows suck. Star Wars Battlefront 2, Jedi Fallen Order. Haven't played those. Don't have those games. Haven't played those games. Steven, I guess I would choose stream. But yeah, Again, hope everyone's doing okay. Hope everyone's doing fine on this Wednesday night, just streaming for a little bit, maybe for an hour, maybe two. We'll see how it goes. Again, just kind of being random and talking to the chat. Yep, I did a post on that on my Facebook. Jesse, I come in peace with Dolph Lundgren getting a 4K. I definitely look forward to that. I do love that film. Hey there, Sean. But yeah, I come in peace is one of my favorite Dolph Lundgren films. And you go in pieces, asshole. Sith 3D films, I don't care about the new Last Ronin film. Who cares who voices for him? He's not going to be in it long. He's going to die like the other turtles, so I don't care. Matt Creed first album. Yeah, I like Creed. I always like Creed. The Filminator, the most overrated director. I don't know. Hey there, Shadow Gamer. Marcus, I would choose Field of Dreams. Dreams. Oh, I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you liked it, Tenchi fan. Glad you liked that coming piece. Yeah, if you like fast-paced action and buddy cop antics with sci-fi horror, your villain shooting CDs, bouncing off walls and into people's necks. Hi there, Victor. Yeah, most overrated director. I mean, I don't know because there's a lot of things to get into. Hi there, Victor. Oh, thank you, Fadi. That's appreciate that. I got a request for you ready to go. It's from a film franchise you are not a big fan of, but I watched the first film recently and liked it. I'm curious to hear your honest opinion. Can I send it in? Sure. If you want to send in the request, uh, yeah, be my guest, man. Sure. Thank you. You're not a fan of the franchise, but I watched the first film and liked it. Hmm. Wonder what that is. Hey there, Todera. Hey there, Dante. Well, the original title for Icon Piece was Dark Angel. In fact, overseas and other places labeled as Dark Angel, but in the US, they changed it to the much better Icon Piece. I'm Cosmo. Hello there. You're doing a Howling franchise? The only one I like is Howling 2. Yeah, but the only one in that franchise I like is Howling 2. I think the first film sucks, and I think the rest of the film are either so-so or they're kind of sucky. And the only one I actually like is part 2. Yes, Dark Angel. I believe James Cameron had a hand in creating the show. Uh, I don't think it lasted long. I think it lasted a season, but no connection. And that current piece is more unique title. Like Dark Angel is a very typical title. It doesn't fit the movie. I Come in Peace fits because his actual line in the movie. So much better title. But yeah, I never saw the Dark Angel TV show. But yeah, James Cameron I think created it, and it didn't last long. Trippy Tripod. Oh, Radio State Division. Hope you're doing well, man. Thanks for stopping by. Tulsa King Season 2. I mean, I liked what I saw in the first one. I think Dark Angel, the first time, was probably trying to be pretentious. Something comes from the sky, and he's evil, so it's come from the sky like an angel. Again, I Come in Peace is much better. Clint Howard's doing Ice Cream Man 2. Uh, they've been talking about that for a while. I mean, it's a bit too late to do that. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I enjoyed Doom 2016, and I got a request to do Doom Eternal, so that will be sometime this month. But I quite enjoyed Doom 2016. Doom 3 is still my favorite. I know that's an unpopular opinion, but I've liked all the Doom games I've played so far. I have Doom 64. I haven't played that yet, but and I'll play Doom Eternal sometime, thanks to someone out there. But yeah, I like Doom 2016. How Do You Train Your Dragon? Yeah, it's fine for a family film. Dark Angels, forgot what it was about. Hi there, Dark Metal Spider. Hope you're doing well, man. Yeah, okay. I got Doom 64. It's on the PS4 actually. It was like a couple bucks. Someday I'll play it. I just busy with a lot of other requests I need to get to first. Hey there, Kevin. Hey, Mike, OCP. Yeah, I did hear about that. I actually got a request to talk about that piece of news. Apparently, Rock is he's like the set all the time, and it cost some movie $50 million, and apparently he's too lazy to go to the bathroom, so he takes a piss in a bottle. Of course, what happens if he needs to take a dump? Does he wear a diaper? I mean, I don't know if that's all true or not. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Oh, I'm glad you like Doom 3. That's cool. Is it true? I don't know if it's true. I would laugh if it is true though. Oh, thank you, Steven. I appreciate it, man. Thoughts on Josh Hartnett's new movie Trap? I mean, it's an interesting trailer. I don't mind Josh Hartnett. And like I said, I don't mind Josh Hartnett. I liked him in The Faculty. I liked him in Halloween H2O. It looks like he could do a good job in it. I will say though, I mean, it's intriguing because you know that he's a killer, and the plot of the film is does he escape or does he not escape from this predicament, and how he's avoiding security. So now you're in the eyes of a psycho, of a killer, which is nothing new. I mean, Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer, Maniac, the original and the remake, it's nothing new. I mean, I don't know. It depends. But it's M. Night Shyamalan, so can we really expect stuff from M. Night Shyamalan? I mean, I didn't hate Knock at the Cabin, but it's M. Night. But it has an interesting premise, and I like Josh Hartnett. But we'll see. Hey, Explorer of Horror. Well, I don't know what I mean, they gave away the curveball in the trailer, so I don't know what other curveball there could be. Oh, thank you, Fadi. The request is for the review of The Bourne Identity. Okay, I'll write that down. Which I think is the only good one in the franchise because it didn't have the shaky cam BS the sequels had. Plus, I like Matt Damon and the other cast members in it. I mean, I think they all. I'm not a fan of any of them. I mean, I think they all have the same plot, the same story. That still, I remember having very quick cuts, like quick cuts, so you couldn't understand what was going on to hide that Matt Damon didn't know how to fight. I much prefer the John Wick style of editing. I mean, I don't know. I guess you say there's less shaky cam, but I remember there's a lot of quick editing. It's like a guy lost his memory. He's got to go find who he is. Is that the worst movie ever? But I remember I'm thinking just action films in general. I'm like, I'd rather watch the first Taken. I'd rather watch, the John Wick trilogy. I'd rather watch a lot of other stuff. But it kind of helped start that trend of you don't need an action star, you need just an actor, and we'll hide it by editing and quick cuts. So yeah, I'm not big on Bourne films, but I'll get to that as soon as I can. Foddy, I have it. I wrote down over here. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. The original Bourne Identity TV movie starring Richard Chamberlain. That's tough. I don't know. Hi there, Dens. I don't know. I don't know. I forgot that even existed until you mentioned it, Mike. By the way, happy birthday. I know your birthday's tomorrow. I hope your birthday's safe and secure. Um, Thank you, Bobby. What if everybody start cheering every time you destroy bad movies or Dream Mill Yellow and give you awards? Be my guest. I'll take it. I wouldn't mind. Uh, sure, why? I mean, there's a lot of worse things that could happen. I mean, if they booed or hissed or said "fuck you," then I much prefer what you say, Bobby. Uh, yeah, sure, Mike. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, you could join Mike. There'll probably be a lot more of me talking, so I may be interrupting a lot of stuff. But as long as you don't mind that. Uh, which Star Wars would cost the most money for you to watch? I mean, I've seen all the Star Wars movies, so I've seen all of them, so I'm not sure what you mean. I've seen all the Star Wars movies. Let me sure. Uh, du- du- du, du- du- du, du. All right, that should be it. I think that's it. I've seen the Star Wars Holiday Special, especially the weird part where the guy like is watching all the Wookiees. Is it the guy's watching all the Wookiees, and no, the Wookiee is watching the girl sing, and you tell this Grandpa Wookiee is getting hornier and hornier as he's watching. So it's like a Wookiee VR sex thing. That was really weird. It's got a cartoon Boba Fett. I think that was the first appearance of Boba Fett. I think. Yeah, I think that was the first appearance of Boba Fett, but that was interesting. But yeah, the other stuff was really weird. Mark Hamill, that's after the car accident, so his face you could tell was very much changed because he had the surgery. Yeah, VR sets before Demolition Man. Only Demolition Man was a lot better. Well, Jesse, yeah, those are your list would be the same as mine for Cradar Baxley. Clone Wars anime movie. I don't remember a thing about that. I know I've seen it, but is it bad? I'm not really a fan of Star Wars. Nah, it's not bad. I mean, I like Star Wars, but I don't worship it or anything. No problem, Fadi. Appreciate the kindness.
Hey there. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, I hear you okay. Hear you
Cool.
fine.
Cool.
But yeah, happy birthday for tomorrow. Hope your birthday goes
Thank you.
well tomorrow,
Thank
in
you.
case anything else happens.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I'll probably do a
And people
birthday
say they can hear you.
stream myself, and if you want to tag along, I'll send you a link or whatever. It's just up to you.
Cool. Sounds good. But yeah, I mean, you mentioned the Rock thing. Like I said, I don't know if it's true or not, but apparently he's had a history of being late to
Knowing
movies.
how
And
egocentrical he's been lately, how big his ego has gotten, like almost the size of his muscles or larger than his muscles. Like it doesn't sound like anything that's that crazy or that fetched to me.
well, what was the thing is that Black Adam was supposed to be a villain in Shazam sequel, but then he kind of pushed to do his own movie and he wanted to
Mm-hmm.
be the centerpiece of DC.
Yep.
And
Yep.
obviously
Yep.
that
Yep.
didn't work. That didn't
And
work.
apparently the experience on set of Red Notice was so bad that Ryan Reynolds just refused to work with The Rock for years after that. Like I think
Mm,
they made up recently, but yeah, that was pretty bad to the point where even Ryan Reynolds, who seems like a really nice guy, was pretty forgiving of a lot of things from what I've been hearing about him. Even he was like,
yeah.
"Nah, nah, I'm done. I'm done with you."
Thank you, Lord Drogger. I did get your request. I'll play that game as soon as I can. Thank you, man. Yeah, Wesley Snipes. That's the other guy Ryan Reynolds does not like. There's Wesley Snipes, and he hasn't forgiven him,
Well, to
Blake
be honest,
Kennedy.
what
So
from what I've heard, when it comes to, like, the way things were on the set of that movie, like, I think he has a legitimate reason to feel the way that
yeah,
he does. I mean, Wesley was so lazy and apathetic when it comes to that production. Like, they literally had to CGI his eyes opening in one scene.
and yeah, that movie. It's not even that memorable movie anyway.
No.
What's the new film he's got? The Rock, the Christmas one. What's that one
Oh
called?
yeah, I don't remember. It's Red something, and that's I think where some of the rumors are coming from. I think is from the set of that.
Because Red Nose is the one with Ryan Reynolds. This one, yeah, I
Yes,
forget what it's called.
some Christmas movie.
Right, Red One. Is
Yeah,
that really the title?
yeah,
That's a lazy title. Red One.
I know.
What, a rocket in your pocket? That's a red one, especially when it's raw.
Bunch of red vines.
Nah, what did Wesley Snipes give
Twizzlers.
Ryan Reynolds tax advice? No.
That's why he. It's like I hate him. Gave me bad tax advice.
But hi there, Rapid Kirby. Hey there, Drew Michael. I mean, yeah, Ryan Reynolds hates Blade Trinity. He's not alone. I hate it too. It sucks.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I'd
Thank you,
rather
guys.
watch
Thank you
Blade
for the
Trinity
phone.
though than Captain Marvel.
I'd rather watch a good movie.
Yeah, I agree with that too. But if I had to choose between the two, I'm choosing Captain Marvel.
Is Chris Evans in Red One? Yeah, that's the one I remember hearing about. That's the new
Okay.
one that for some reason costs 250 million or whatever for some Christmas
It's crazy
action movie or
budgets.
whatever.
I watched Goon with Sean William Scott recently in the sequel, and the first one only cost 12 million. Not everything needs
Yeah,
to cost hundreds of millions of dollars.
fully agree with that.
Did you
Uh,
see Goon, Matt?
no, I haven't seen that one. I've
Okay,
heard of it.
I think you might
I
like
haven't
it. I think there's some of the humor that I think you would probably be like, "Oh, come on, really?" But I think you'd like Sean William Scott in it, and there's the fights are pretty cool. The sequel, yeah, it's watchable. Wyatt Russell's really good. Is this unhinged, genuinely psychotic son of this guy who owns a hockey team? He did such a good job that I a good psycho in a Cold Night Swim because that movie was trash. Like, let's have Wyatt Russell in a good movie playing a psycho. Um,
Oh, right, yeah.
but it was very
Oh,
much
cool.
a read of the first movie in terms of so it was just kind of like why? What is even the point?
Right. And yeah, I'm Jesse. I'm intrigued by the Fall Guy. I didn't watch the trailers, but I've heard good things about the
I
trailers.
love
It
the
seems to be getting good
trailers.
reviews.
I'm gonna
And
try to see that sometime this week or something maybe. But
cool.
yeah, go ahead.
No, I mean for me, it's going to be a while. I'm just going to be very busy with requests. Those come
Hmm.
first, so
Yeah.
maybe eventually I'll see it. You know, and I don't know if Mike has seen Rumpelstiltskin. Someone's
The
asking.
old
I,
90s
I,
movie?
yeah.
Yeah, it's been forever, but I remember much about I had it on VHS somewhere. I don't know where it is. It's probably in storage somewhere in another state.
Oh, cool.
I know it's
Yeah,
not
Hardcore
on
Henry. Yeah.
DVD. It
No, it's
hasn't been on
not.
DVD and it's not Blu-ray yet, so it's been one that people have mentioned about a potential like Vinegar Syndrome release or whatever.
Yeah, actually, I remember not minding the film for what it was. I thought it was going to be as bad as like Leprechaun, but it's actually. I thought the costume and the guy playing it was actually decent.
Hmm.
It had some decent humor and action pieces, and it's weird to say it's had a little bit of a that Terminator story, as
Yeah.
in just the chase. Yeah, I remember actually being a lot more decent than I thought it was. Not perfect, but
Mm.
better than a lot of other stuff. Especially you mentioned Vinegar Syndrome, what they release
Yeah.
and they announced
Um
recently, and there's a
Sorry, I don't
pile
know
of
what's going on
nothing.
with my camera. Hold on. I don't know what that was. I'm using this webcam. This is a different kind of webcam than the other one I was using before. So maybe my everything is just like it's not used to it. Maybe it's just trying to figure out. Maybe I need to open
No, no
Logitune
problem.
or something.
Uh, Radio Snake. I just watched Rumpelstiltskin. How did you think, Radio Snake? Robert Kirby, that's fine. What you said there, that's perfectly fine. No problem. Uh, The Pack, 1977. That's one I barely remember.
It's
Hey,
okay.
my, do you? Yeah. Sure, Dark Spider. I mean, that's up to you, man. And hey, Mike, do you plan on seeing Boy Kills World?
Probably not in the theater. That's probably one I'm gonna wait to see on streaming or on a rip, like I'm gonna do with Monkey Man. Because or ISS, which I watched a couple of nights ago, or like because that film was just boring, nothing movie. Like I
Mm-hmm.
barely even remember much of anything that happened. Pretty predictable, kind of what you expect with the Russians versus Americans in terms of the tensions between the two. I don't know why that shit
I saw
even
that
was
movie.
released in theaters. You saw ISS?
I saw the movie. Not yeah. Well, I saw it was called 2010, the year we made contact.
That's a
Russians
much
and
better
Americans.
movie.
I saw it was called 2010 with Roy Scheider.
It's also one of those movies where like it ends and you're like, okay, did you run out of money? Is that why it's ending the way it does? Because it doesn't even resolve anything. Like they just get on this shuttle and they're heading down to Earth with this cure for radiation sickness, and you never see them land. The two survivors, and they're even like, "Oh, we don't know where we're going." It's like, what? It just makes it. It's just a film that I don't know why they made it. It seems like a script that they dusted off out of an old filing cabinet that was left behind at some studio from the 80s or 90s with the whole Russians and Americans. It felt more like from the era of
Well,
Space
Russians are bad
Camp
guys again. So,
or Space Lab than it did an ISS.
well,
Also,
Russians are bad guys again. So,
yeah, they are. But it's
so
just
that's why.
it does seem like recycling though. It seems like it's just recycling some kind of old hackneyed plot line from back in the 80s or early 90s. I also saw Civil War. I liked it. I could see why some people aren't really that into it. I think the fact that it's not, let's just say, obviously in your face political, I think upsets some
Mm-hmm.
people, but I like that about it. And I also like the fact that it doesn't really choose a particular side, at least not to me. So I think that that's a turnoff for some people, but I like that about the movie. It's really more about like the parallels between war photography, war journalism, and war itself, and not necessarily about. It's not necessarily a road trip film, and it's not necessarily a straight up war movie either. It's different, and I can see why some people weren't as engaged by it, but I wound up liking it a lot more than I thought I was going to when I saw it. But I would say one of my favorite films I saw this year was actually Abigail. It was the last film I saw in the theater, and Abigail takes a bit to learn, and I think there are some moments with the comedy where it's not really that funny. Uh, but once it gets going, I thought it was a bloody blast. Like there's a ton of practical effects in that, Matt. Like real practical blood, like it's CGI. But and there's a sense of sort of 80s sensitivity sort of with the ballerina vampire and all that stuff. So yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Especially I know you didn't mind Ready or Not, so I would definitely
Mm-hmm.
recommend checking it out sometime. It's from the same guys and who did that one, and I thought the lead girl Melissa Barrera, who was in the Scream sequels, I thought she did way better in this than
Mm-hmm.
in the Scream films.
Cool. Yeah, that's cool. Haven't seen any of them, so can't comment on it. So that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, Touches the tail for teaming up. Now that's the most unbelievable thing. Well, that's the reason they did is because they want those two to team up because that way to make it as non-political as they say as possible.
Yes. Yes, and also here's what I gathered from it. It seems like the president in this universe or in this film is like a dictator type. So it was one of those things where it's like, oh, we have to put aside our differences so we can take this guy out, kind of thing.
Sorry, folks, I'm looking through the chat. Well, thank you, Bobby. I appreciate it, man. Uh, if well, I'm sure that's happened before. I'm
Oh
sure that's
yeah,
happened many times, and there's a lot of people that lie
yeah,
about their age. That's why you don't send anything.
no,
Again, there are people that just absolutely will lie about stuff, and then some do it on purpose because as either a gag or a joke, or just like early stages of blackmail.
yeah.
Honestly,
They're
a lot
trying
of
to
people
set you
do
up.
that.
They're trying to set you up.
Yeah,
This happened with celebrities before, where they legitimately are trying to set them up.
and I mean, yeah, you. That's the danger of all sorts of talking online, and that's why you have to be very cautious in what you say in terms of like don't send anything you'd regret, don't say anything you regret, be damn sure and skippy of all sorts of things.
Mm-hmm.
It's not wrong to be paranoid because sooner or later someone's going to be out to get you. So better to be prepared than regret it later. So some would say you can't be too paranoid. Yes, don't send the pictures of the deek. We
No,
will.
no dick
That would
pics.
help matters too. So, oh yeah, what was the movie? Oh, Last Boy Scout. Be prepared. That's my motto. Be prepared.
What is it? Satan Claus is out there.
That would be okay. It would never happen because the people making it, they all had a bad time. But that would have been kind of an interesting sequel to see,
Yeah.
like in the mid '90s. But again,
Would it
everybody hated
would
working
it
on
it would be a different
it.
sport. Maybe it would be basketball this time
Sure. Or
instead of football.
yeah, I mean, I would have been more open to that than a lot of other sequels we got.
It'd be like instead of Celtic Pride, Damon Wayans says the last Boy Scout too.
That would have been a lot better than Celtic Pride. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Hey there, Scotty. You're just thinking that quote as well. Hey, think alike. It's a great movie.
I'd love to see that in
Uh,
4K. It probably wouldn't have a lot of features, but I'd like to see that.
does it even have a Blu-ray by itself?
It
The
does.
last Blu-ray
Well,
saw.
no, I think it's a double feature. Yeah, with the last man standing, isn't it?
That sounds right. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even. I don't even think it has a standalone. So
Last Man
even
Standing just got a standalone Blu-ray, I think. Unless I'm thinking of something else. I thought it got a standalone Blu-ray from some company recently.
hmm, uh, Sleep Stalker. If I saw that Austin, I don't remember a thing about it. It's been so long.
I have that on DVD, and I don't even think I ever watched it yet. I've had that DVD forever. Speaking of like physical media, I did get a few things like they're on their way, birthday, and I got some other stuff that
Sure.
I just had to get because I have to replace some discs because I recently at the record shop, the local record shop, I got the Saw films, at
Hmm.
least one through Jigsaw because I Spiral okay had Saw X and regular Blu-ray, but now I'm deciding to. I decided since I was getting some of these other Saw sequels on Blu-ray. I decided to get Saw X in the 4K as well from eBay. So that actually I think is in the mailbox right now. So I got a little early birthday present. But the reason why I had to order some of these Saw films again is really lame. It's because Saw 4 and I think it's Saw 2 and 4, the discs are rotted. So they don't play.
Ah.
And apparently this is a common issue with Lionsgate Blu-rays from around this time period.
Hmm.
So if you're a collector, like, and you have some of these Lionsgate Blu-rays from like I think it's like 2005 to 2007 or 2008 around there, because like I have the My Bloody Valentine 3D. Like the last time I
Mm-hmm.
played this, before I tried to play it the most recent watch, it was fine, but now it doesn't work at all. And what's weird is I'm looking at this disc, and yeah, it looks a little bronze, but like it doesn't. It's not as bad as the Saw 2 disc that I had, which is like you can literally see the disc rot in the center of the disc, and
Mm-hmm.
so it's bad. So, but apparently the re-releases of the Saw films that they did a while back, those are fine. But the problem is they have shitty artwork. Like the artwork is fucking awful. So I'm like, all right, I'll order the replacement discs and I'll keep the artwork for the original releases. What would be better if Lionsgate just released an actual box set with all of them individually as their own disc instead of this double feature bullshit that they did with the box sets. Then I wouldn't have to wind up doing this in the first place. And they didn't port over the features
Well,
either.
it's a Saw film, so I'm like, I don't care. But I get the
Hey, it's
sentiment.
cool.
Like
It's cool.
they only saw maybe the first one or maybe the
Hmm.
second one, but I'm like, you can keep it.
Yeah,
You can
it's
keep.
totally fine.
Well, I didn't mind the last one. I did
Yeah.
not mind Saw X, to be fair, but I get what you mean. Because and those were Blu-rays,
Yes.
and it took that quickly for rot.
Yeah, it was 2005 to like 2008,
Mm,
uh, around that
that
time
quickly.
period. Because the Monster Squad Blu-ray that they did has those issues. So that's another
Mm.
reason why I was really glad that Kino 4K is because if you had that original Lionsgate release from Monster Squad of the Monster Squad, like there's a high probability that it didn't play anymore.
Hmm. Okay. Oh, thank you, Scotty. Okay, I saw it. Check out your Deep Rising review. Sure, I'll check it out.
Cool,
Love that
cool.
film.
That's a classic.
I'll write that down.
What are you looking at?
Okay, have it written down. Sure, I could do that, man. No problem. And Ken, I saw you. I did not pre-order Death Machine yet. I can wait. I do like the film, but I'm just again, I can wait. I'm always I I I have a stack of stuff I haven't seen yet. I'm like I want to when I
Over
get free
half
time
my
watch those first
collection,
before.
like probably the majority of my collection, Matt, is stuff I haven't seen. I got to be honest. That's probably how a lot of collectors are. It's like,
Well, I'm a bit better. It's about this
yeah,
stack, but I
yeah,
rather get this stack watch first before I buy anything else because it's
yeah.
just okay. Go into the Ark of the Covenant and
Yeah,
until
exactly.
later.
I've actually been downsizing some stuff. I've been selling some stuff to the record shop, because I only have one job now, so I got more bills and stuff to take care of. And it honestly hasn't been really that difficult for me because a lot of them are like the DVD releases that I don't know, films that I haven't seen yet and or I have seen and I don't know if I really need the DVD of, that kind of thing. So I'm trying to, focus on keeping stuff, that potentially can have value in the future or stuff that I know I already like or stuff that I'm really curious about. Other than that, like I've just been but the main reason for that is as a friend of mine allowed me to get access to a certain I'm not gonna provide any actual real details about this site, but I'll just say it's a treasure trove. Let's just say that. to say the
Cool.
least. So that's making
Right.
downsizing so much easier.
Made sense.
Also,
But yeah, I mean, I'll
I can't afford to do as many pre-orders as I used to. So,
yeah. For me, I mean, I pre-ordered two things: the Bruce Poitation set, which I don't know if that's being sent out in the middle of this month or next month,
okay. That'd be nice if
and
it's this month because
and
your birthday month. So,
and then I did pre-order the Super Mario Bros. One, which I guess would be June or July. July, I guess. So it'll
yeah,
be a while,
it's
but you know,
they tend to take a bit because it's from Australia, so it's a while, but
yeah.
it'll definitely be worth the wait. It's a really awesome set. Oh, and behind me is my DVD set of Erie, Indiana, which I picked up recently from a local seller. It was completely brand new, and he was only
Ooh.
selling it for $5. That set goes for like 60 new used, so it was insane. And I've been trying to get that DVD set for years. It was never in the right price range, and then randomly just before my birthday, around that time, it was like, "Hey, I've only found $5 for this," and I'm like, "Sure, I'll go downtown, into a sketchy part of downtown Portland with my stepdad and pick it up."
Wow, thank you guys. You have been very kind. Thank yous, man. Bobby's asking, what if your closet became the portal or doorway to other realm and universe or to your friend's house?
I'd
I mean,
rather
to my
just
friend's
be
house, that'd be cool.
yeah, we just go back and forth.
Yeah, come here. We'll watch a movie together, or we'll play some games together. Record it
Yeah,
for YouTube.
yeah.
Mike can watch me yell and be like, Punch Out. He'd be like the trainer and try to calm me down. Do 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 do.
Yeah, it'd be
And
fun.
as long as the doorway doesn't lead to more Corey Feldman singing, then
Oh, you
it's
got
all
exposed
good.
to that. Shit.
His comeback song. I'm like, you gotta have a
Yeah,
comeback first to call yourself the comeback king.
yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, you have to have a reason to
But
come back because he definitely doesn't have a reason to come back to have that song. Um,
yeah. And then thank you, Darth Goldust. Your top three worst scenes of Spider-Man 3. Only three? Okay. Yeah, the dance scene is number one.
yes,
I mean, I like this. I've read the comics and seen the cartoons of Spider-Man in the black suit.
that doesn't happen.
There's a lot, yeah, and there's a lot of material to gather from it, but because Sam didn't really want Venom, the studio wanted it. You could tell he just did not care and just said, "Hey, it's in tune with the campy material because we gotta make it specifically campy. So let's have him dance like an idiot."
Yeah.
I'll say my three first.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, the butler that
Yes.
came out of nowhere,
It's
like he was
fucking
Randy Orton.
stupid. Yeah.
He came out of
RKO.
nowhere. And yeah, where was he? I don't even know if he was a character in the first two films. If so, I completely missed him. And it's just like, hey, we need this to get to the third act just because.
Hmm.
And God, there's so many to choose. Scenes? Okay, scenes. He's talking about scenes, not like the scenes. Jesus. Kirsten Dunst. Tell me you love me. Will you tell me you love
Yes.
me? You
Yes.
bitch. I hate this character in this movie. Tell me you love me. I'm gonna tell you, punch you in the face. I'm gonna tell you, get the fuck on my face. I tell you that. There's a lot more scenes. I'll pit those three.
Yeah.
How about you?
I
Which
would
three
say
scenes?
the dancing is I would say probably number one for me too. I cringed in the theater when that came out as well. I'm a huge fan of the Venom saga. and the Alien Symbiote saga. I remember the Spider-Man animated series episodes. I remember the comics as well. That was embarrassing. That wasn't even remotely close to what was in the source material. Um, I also definitely had a problem with Kirsten Dunst in her scenes. You know, the "Tell Me You Love Me" type of stuff. Um, but I would say the Butler was stupid. But I would say the multiple scenes, like my second least favorite sort of smattering of scenes in that movie, is the stuff with Harry where it's just a straight up soap opera. I hated those scenes. Those scenes were terrible.
The
Um,
amnesia.
yeah, the amnesia stuff. That was fucking dumb. What am I watching? Spider-Man 3 or am I watching Days of Our Lives? Then the third
The,
least favorite, honestly,
the
is the
young
whole
and the young and the toothless.
yeah. Uh is the ending, where Spider-Man cries, Peter cries like a little baby, and then the whole thing with Sandman and reveal that he killed his Uncle Ben, and then there's this whole forced sympathy bullshit with Sandman. Yeah, that would be, I would say, probably number 3. Because that was pretty bad. Especially the whole like retconning things to make it so Sandman is the one that killed his Uncle Ben.
Yeah. Silverwing says, I don't remember the "Do You Love Me" scene. It's like one of the, like 8 times they try to break up. I can't remember if it was like after he kisses. I think he does the same kiss to Gwen Stacy.
Yes, yeah.
And she gets mad. Kirsten Dunst, and is like being like a nagging wife. It's
So
like,
tell me
tell
you
me you
love
love me.
me.
Or maybe before that. It was one of
Yeah.
those where it's like she's just like nagging and like as if she don't beat him up for his money and steal his wallet. You tell me you love me. Take it fucking on my face. And before, sorry, I'm going through this first because I don't want they disappear quickly because YouTube doesn't keep
Freddy,
them up or something.
I haven't actually ones yet, and I'm going to change that soon because the new one came out on May 10th. So I'm
Well, maybe
probably
he
gonna.
means like, have you seen the trailer? And do you have
Oh,
thoughts
the
on the
the new
trailer?
the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
King,
I've seen multiples for that. I've been watching more movies in there because I have a.
Kingdom of the Crystal Ape Skull.
uh, it's visually impressive, but I don't know. Like, I'm not so sure about the story. I don't know, kind of get the vibe of like strong female hero who can do anything kind of vibe from some of the trailers, which I don't know about that. But as long as it's not like overly political or anything, with what it's trying to do with that, it'd be fine. I mean, can you really be worse than the Tim Burton movie? Probably not, right?
True. Tim Burton one was pretty bad. At Rayo
I
Steak, I
saw
mean,
that in the
if
theater.
that's a bad omen, you put it in the theater. Should not have been in theaters in the first place. Should not have been made. Uh, Real quick, like Radio Steak. I mean, if you're making a comment, you do anything you want, man. Be my guest. I'm down for anything. Be my guest, man. And I just to tell me, like someone says Spider-Man 2. Well, okay, if that wasn't all Kirsten Dunst scenes in Spider-Man 3, or every scene where that guy keeps taking off his Venom
Oh yeah,
just to have perfect
Topher
lungs.
Grace.
Every scene with that.
Yeah, especially
Every
Topher
scene where
Grace
he kept doing that
he's trying to sound intimidating, laughable.
and failing. And yeah, there was supposed to be an Arnold Planet of the Apes. Oliver Stone was going to direct it at one point,
That
but
would have
that
been interesting.
never came to be.
Just like
They're booked with
Schwarzenegger's I Am Legend, that would have been interesting as well.
yeah, with Ridley Scott directing. And thank you, Lord Draughter. Thank you guys. You're so kind. Thank you, man. I gotta remember X-Men Orange's Wolverine, so give me
um,
a minute.
I could start. Number one, mute Deadpool, Baraka Pool, easily number one for me in terms of worst scenes in that film. As a huge fan of Deadpool, that was just insulting on an
Yeah,
incredible level.
that'd be on my list. The mute Deadpool, the Baraka. Yeah, that's on my list. Number one. Yeah. What's number two?
Number two. It's been a while since I saw it last, and a lot of the stuff I remember is just Barakapool. Honestly, Gambit really sucked in that film, so I'd probably say scenes with Gambit because I like Gambit as a character, and Taylor Lautner was it not? It wasn't Taylor Lautner. It was the fuck was his name? The guy from Battleship. Isn't that who did it? Played Gambit in that movie?
Yeah, is it Taylor Lautner?
Oh,
Taylor
maybe
Kish.
Taylor
Taylor
Kish. Yeah,
Kish.
that's it. Yeah, Taylor
Taylor
Kish,
Kish.
the
Where
burrito
did he go?
thief. He stole too many burritos, and then they arrested him. They threw him in jail. That's where he's been this whole time.
Yeah, that's how Battleship starts, stealing a burrito.
But yeah, scenes with
So that's your
Gambit.
number two.
Yeah, and that really bad scene with Wolverine and slow mo with the explosion or whatever on the motorcycle. That would probably be there too. That was really bad. That was some absolutely god awful garbage CGI.
That'd be tough to say. Like, okay, like that Deadpool thing you mentioned at the end, that would definitely be one scene. It's hard to say scenes. It's just the movie itself was just very below mediocre.
Yeah,
Like
very
it should have
forgettable.
been so much more.
It was so
Okay, I'll say
forgettable.
this: the badly CGI Charles Xavier was
Oh
supposed to be like a lot
yeah,
younger.
yeah. That
The
de-aged
pretty,
Charles.
yeah, pretty iffy special effects.
I know Blob was in a
Yeah,
scene.
yeah, in a boxing ring.
Yeah.
I will go with. I guess I'll say the final fight with Sabretooth because I don't even remember it, and it should be something I remember.
And that was Liev
I don't
Schreiber,
remember.
right? Yeah, Liev Schreiber
Yeah,
was Sabretooth in that. It was a lot better in
there's. I
Goon,
know they had.
Liev
Yeah, they
Schreiber.
had a fight scene, and I don't remember a thing about it, and I don't think that should be the case.
The
I
fight scene
remember the little
between
fight in X-Men 1 on the Statue
yeah,
of Liberty board.
the fight scene between Liev Schreiber and Sean William Scott at the end of Goon is more memorable than the fight scene between Wolverine and Sabretooth in Origins.
But yeah, I can't remember. There's not a lot of scenes I remember in that movie, so it's just a
I
very
haven't seen that film
just
in years.
forgettable,
Yeah. The more memorable stuff is
forgettable.
just the stupid decisions like Barakapool.
Hey there, Card Detention. Hope you're doing well. Crossbones Koopa, Chuck D, Charles Lee Ray himself, Teen Christian, Neopunk,
Dude, Chucky, did you
Julie.
hear
Hello,
that
everyone.
Brad he's technically retired? Like he's technically
Except
retired. He
Chuck
just
as
does he's
Chucky.
just Chucky.
Yeah, it's stupid. Yeah, I did a video on my top five favorite Brad Dourif uh, roles, and I mentioned that.
Mhm.
And uh, yeah, of course, he's getting up there in age, and it's easier for him to do just voiceover.
Yeah.
And Chucky's going to be the big payday, so that's his retirement fund. As sad as it is, that's his retirement fund. I mean, I'm glad he's getting paid. He's a good actor, but I'm just so tired of him playing Chucky, and I'm so tired. I wish Chucky would go away for a while. Not the guy in the chat. I'm just be like as a character, just go away for a while. Just
About
isn't
Michael
like this
Myers.
season. There's a season he's like in the White House.
Yeah. Do you feel that way about Myers too, Matt?
So you break it up a bit.
Do
It's
you
like
feel that way
distortion.
about yeah, sorry. This
Michael
connection
Myers,
is
yeah.
kind of weird.
Michael Myers, yeah. A lot of those guys. Just stop it. Yes, Michael Myers, like there's when there's more bad than good, it's time to stop. There's more bad Halloween films. than good, probably at this point.
Mm.
There's definitely more bad Chainsaw Massacre films than good. There's more bad Child's Play films than good. Just stop it.
It's like another Hellboy reboot already. Like I read that they're doing another Hellboy with one of the guys, Navadine and Taylor, one half of that group.
Yeah, Brad Dourif was in a good episode of The X Files, Beyond the Sea,
Mm-hmm.
where he's doing a Hannibal Lecter type character.
I love him in Exorcist 3. That's
Yeah, he's
honestly
great in that.
him as a Gemini killer.
Hey there, Daniel. Hey there, the Libercast. Bonsoir to you too. Are you in France, Libercast? I'm just curious. I never hear anyone use bonsoir. You can't even say it right. Shows how low I can't speak French. Bonsoir. Bonsoir. Benihana. But yeah, another Hellboy. Who gives a shit about another Hellboy? Quebec, Canada. Okay. Even cooler. No offense to anyone in France. It just Canada seems a bit cooler. Uh, I forgot he was in Dune '84. That's right. I forgot he was in
Yeah, Brad
that.
Dourif. He played one of the characters in that.
And
He's
someone's
played the
asking,
one of the
Mike has
Mentats.
yeah. Okay. Has Mike seen Bad Taste?
Oh,
The
the
Peter Jackson film, I
the
guess.
Peter Jackson film. Yeah, it's not. I would say I like other Peter Jackson films from that period better, but I can have some fun with it. I have the DVD, the one that has the guy flipping the bird. Um, I read that Peter Jackson is working on the 4 days of that and Dead Alive and his early work, but I've heard that a million times, so I don't buy it until it actually has an official release date and I can pre-order it. Otherwise, I don't buy it. I've heard that so much
And
from Peter Jackson's camp over the past 10 years
it'll
or
be a bunch
so.
of AI. Be a
Yeah.
bunch of AI
Well, I
cloned it.
heard, yeah, Peter Jackson, he is
Yeah.
very much the same vein as James Cameron regard. So I would not be if there. I would not be surprised at all if Park Road is involved because Park Road I think is a company that I think he's a part of. So I'd really be shocked if Park Road isn't involved with those transfers.
Yay.
And if it turns out like the
Uh,
Abyss, then I could kind of deal
right.
with that. But if it turns out like True Lies, that's another thing entirely.
Thank you, Freddie Lit. Deadpool and X-Men Origins is the worst bar none.
It's pretty bad.
Now let me ask Mike a question.
Mm-hmm.
Had you known a Deadpool character before you saw Wolverine X-Men
Yes.
Origins?
Yes, that's why I hated it so
So
much. I was already a huge Deadpool fan. Like I had multiple comics from Joel Kelly's a run, which I highly recommend anyone who's a fan of Deadpool read if you haven't already. Um,
what's it called again?
Joe Kelly's run of Deadpool comics, from the
Mhm.
90s, like when he came in and wrote for
Okay.
Deadpool. Um,
All right.
a lot of what makes Deadpool what he is today is really due to Joe. It's not due to Rob Liefeld. Rob Liefeld technically created the character, but Deadpool's personality, Deadpool's sense of humor, everything that makes Deadpool so likable, so much fun, that's all Joe. Rob,
Cool.
he just created the character, the look. That's honestly really about it. Because Deadpool from Rob was more of like just a generic merc type character. And a legitimate ripoff of Deathstroke. Like that's really what Deadpool was with Rob. But when Joe took over, he really gave Deadpool a ton of personality, and I just love those comics. My first Deadpool comic was not actually the Joe Kelly stuff. It was actually a comic that was included with a issue of Wizard magazine, and it was called Deadpool issue 0, and it was a really fun idea where Deadpool because this guy named Arnim Zola, he's got a hold of all this genetic material from all these loser villains from the Marvel universe. And so what he does is he creates clones of them. And so the whole comic is just Deadpool just taking on this army of loser supervillains from like Marvel Comics history, like the Wizard and some of these other people, and just riffing on them, taking them out by one. It's hilarious. And so right away I was like, man, this is really funny and I really like this. And so then I went in and found the Joe Kelly comics, many that I could find at the local comic shop, and really, really got into the Deadpool from there. And then, I kept up on X-Men Origins Wolverine, and I knew that Deadpool was going to be in it beforehand. The trailers and
Yeah.
all the other sort of articles and like Wizard and some other places. And then I saw the movie, and I could not believe what I was seeing. Like initially, when it was just Ryan with the swords, with the katanas, with like red pants or whatever, like that was okay. Like I was like, all right, that as like a start to something. And then when he's supposedly Deadpool, it's this Baraka nonsense with blood out of his wrists, and he's got Cyclops powers and can't talk, and he's just bald. And I'm like, what the hell? I was like, what the fuck? So yeah, that pissed me off so much. And yeah, I was one of the handful of people that when the spec trailer dropped or leaked on the internet for the Deadpool potential movie with Ryan Reynolds, that I was like, if they do this right, it's going to be huge. And they did it right, huge. And one of my
Yeah.
one of my best theatrical experiences of like the 2010s is definitely was it 2010? Was it 2010s when Deadpool came out, or was that
I thought it was like 26,
was it 2000?
not 16. I
Trying to
thought no,
remember.
it wasn't 2010. It was like
I
2016
said
or
2010s. Like it was that decade, right? It wasn't beforehand. Yeah, it was that decade. So when that came out,
yeah,
like that was, man, it was everything I'd hoped for and then some. Still one of my favorite theatrical experiences is walking up to the
yeah,
movie theater to go see
2016 is what I thought.
Deadpool
Yeah.
and then just loving it. I was like, man, they did it. Ryan and everyone, they fucking did it. And then the sequel was fun, and the third one, I like this recent trailer quite a bit. So
Cool.
I wasn't really big on the first trailer, but the second I liked quite a lot. So I'm back in the camp of I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I did not mind the first one. I had some issues here and there, but I did not mind it. I liked it. The sequel I thought was much better.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed that a lot more. And I haven't seen the trailer to the third. I'm curious about the film. That's why I'm kind of avoiding trailers because
Mm-hmm.
so many trailers give away the entire movie. So if I ever do see that, I'd rather go see it blind.
Yeah.
That's kind of what
Yeah.
it's like. If I'm curious about it, like The Fall Guy and Deadpool 3, I'd rather
Yeah.
just go see it blind. I'm tired of
Okay.
seeing trailers that give away the
I
entire
totally
movie.
get it.
So,
Totally understand.
real quick, like for Mike, what's your thoughts on Braun Strowman? I did see Help the Family who lost one of their
Okay.
sons in a car
That's
crash. Uh,
awesome. Good for Braun.
cool.
I've never been a super big fan of him as a wrestler or as a, on personality or on the mic, pretty bland. But, he's definitely a strong guy. Like he's definitely a beast in the ring, but he's kind of limited. I've always felt he was kind of limited in terms of his move set and other things, but
Hmm. As much as I love Logan, do you think they should have stepped more to the old man Logan story more? I don't know as much about it as I'm sure Mike knows a lot more about it than me. From what I understood though, that you would not be able to do that because that means there's characters you would have to use that
yes,
you could not use.
they
As in
couldn't
the
they
Hulk,
couldn't do that. Yeah.
wasn't the
Didn't have
Hulk part of it?
I think he was. It's been a while since I've read it though.
Because I
But
remember
yeah,
it was
there's
like
a lot of
the Hulk was evil and had like an inbred
mhm.
family of Hulks or something, like Deliverance of Hulks.
It's
Uh
that X-Files episode Home, but with Hulk.
A bunch of Hulks. If that's the case, and again, Disney, I mean, Disney owned those, not
Yeah.
Fox. There were two separate things, so they
Yeah.
couldn't do it. And was it like Hawkeye?
Yeah, I
Was he a
think
big
so.
part of the story?
It's
I
been
think
a
it's
bit
Logan's buddy.
yeah, it's been a while since I read it, and I think I think it's good the way it is. I like it as a standalone multiverse kind of story, that takes place within the Fox X-Men universe. Like I like that about that particular film. And I think it might get a little too messy if you had all those other elements of the comic in the film. So I think it being a little more
Mhm.
restrained, I think helps it be a little more focused when it comes to a story. So
Hmm.
at least a standalone story, because Old Man Logan is a multi-issue comic. So we're talking about a um a standalone film, and so that's a different kind of medium storytelling wise.
I'll take your Radio Snake. He says, "Hop on, everyone. Have a good day and happy early birthday to Mike." So that's
Thank
Radio
you.
Snake Invasion. Take care, man. Yeah, again, I know only bits and pieces of the old man's Logan story, but like you said, it's number one, they didn't have the ability to use those characters, and if you don't have the ability, then what would be the point of
Mhm.
trying to do it?
Yeah.
Instead, they do it the way they did in the film, which it's a good one.
See, I'm okay with them taking creative liberties on things. Like that's fine with me. Um, if it's by necessity or if they feel that that makes it a little easier to tell a certain story or an adaptation of a comic. Where I draw the line is like what Christopher Nolan did with The Dark Knight Rises, where I'm just going to take bits and pieces of these comics and just throw them in a blender and not even really think that much about it. That's where I have a problem with taking a different direction. Hmm.
And yeah, Alex, yeah, Delta Force, I like that movie too. I love the theme music by Alan Silvestri, who did Back to the Future.
Yep.
Great theme. Did you ever bother you guys that the alien first film grows adult in a matter of an hour? Well, I mean, you say realistic, but it's an alien. Aliens,
Yeah.
as far as I know, xenomorphs don't exist.
It's a
So to
sci-fi
say it's
film.
unrealistic, who knows how it's unrealistic? I mean, it's an alien. They could have like two, three penises and four
Well,
dildos
so I
stuck
don't
to
know if it
their
I don't know if
tails.
it
Who
was a
knows?
matter of an hour. Was it even a matter of an hour? I don't think it was that quick, even in the film itself, if I remember correctly.
I mean, yeah, it could have been like a day.
Yeah.
I mean, well, it maybe hours, maybe
Yeah,
a
the
matter of
chest burster
hours.
came out and then went from
But it's the
there.
first film. It's the first film. You're making up a new alien. I mean,
It's an
hell,
alien. It doesn't have the same
it's not
physiology
face
as we
hugger.
do. It doesn't have the same physiology as anything on Earth, so it probably doesn't align with the same rules. So it's just like, oh, okay, it pops out with the chest burster, turns into a xenomorph in like a matter of hours. Like, it's like all right, alien biology.
Xenomorph. Xenomorph.
Xenomorph. Xenomorph.
It turns to a morph ball from Metroid. It turns. It's right. Uh, I mean, yeah, like hell, you just say there's the bit in the director's cut where it turns
Mhm.
people into eggs,
Yes.
and there's been video games where they do that, where it can turn people into eggs, and then some say that that's also part of it. Then you can also keep in touch with Alien Queen. Some say it doesn't fit. Some say it can fit. Because maybe if there's no queen, it can make an egg here. But then when there is a queen, the queen's a bit easier.
But how did the
So
face
they don't have to
hugger
do it.
how did the face
Who came
hugger
first? The chicken or the egg?
yeah, but but the question I want to ask is like how did the face hugger get into the silico in Alien 3? Like how did that happen?
How? Why did anything happen in Alien Three?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the better question. Fuck Alien Three. Frame by Frame says, "Happy birthday, Mike."
Thank you.
But yeah, I mean, to me, it's not unrealistic. It's a xenomorph film. I mean, it's the first one too, so they'd have any rules.
It's a science fiction
There
movie,
was no
so
set rules.
it's it's playing fast and loose with reality and biology and things like that. So it wasn't too much of a stretch for
I,
me.
someone says, I believe in the Silverwing says, I believe in the script. Chessburst was eating their food supply, thus a rapid growth. That
Okay.
could be a thing too.
Yeah.
Why not? Never read the script, but yeah, thank you, Bobby. That Deadpool, they got
Yeah.
the Godzilla Wars final when oh, real Deadpool kills.
Oh, that was so
Oh
great.
yeah,
In Deadpool
and
2.
at the end of Deadpool 2, yeah, just like in Godzilla Final Wars, Godzilla kills the 98 Godzilla.
If I could
Although I still like
turn
98
back
Godzilla.
time, if I could find a way. You're welcome.
That was a fun scene. Lord
Yeah, I
Dry's asking,
did.
did you ever?
I liked it. I liked it quite a bit. I didn't review it yet, but I did. I did enjoy it. I even have it in 4K. That was a fun movie. I would say it's one of the better films I saw from the year that was released, which I think was a couple years ago.
Cool.
Surprised me.
Yeah, good movie.
I thought I was very on the fence about that film from the trailers, and it just I don't know. I didn't know about Brad Pitt in that kind of movie, and some of the other cast members, like Aaron Taylor Johnston. But Aaron Taylor Johnston was great in it. I don't think he was good enough to beat Bond. I think that's a stretch. I don't know about that,
What they
but
cast him?
I've heard rumors about him being eyed
Oh, rumors.
to
Okay.
to be Bond, like a front runner.
Well, we'll wait and see.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bullet Train was a nice surprise. I got the Blu-ray over here. Fun one, very fun. Good energy, entertaining script.
Wasn't the
Fun
guy
action
from
scenes.
Godzilla X Kong and Godzilla vs. Wasn't he in that too? Brian Tyree Henry, didn't
Yes,
he
he was much
play?
better. He
Yeah.
worked with Aaron Taylor Johnston. They
Yeah,
were the two like
I liked
hitmen.
him with Aaron Taylor Johnson. Those two were a good pair.
Yeah. Uh, and then thank you, Hopium. Kudos to you for having to suffer through Corey Feldman's horrific music. I pray that someone doesn't request this whole album.
Yeah,
Well, now that
Ascension
you said that,
Millennium.
I'm sure that will happen now.
Ascension Millennium, Matt. Ascension Millennium.
What is that? Is that another song or is that an
Yes.
album?
That's an actual song of his, Ascension Millennium. There's like a cringe music video, like live performance he did on like a good morning talk show. A morning talk show he's brought on board with his angels, is doing his Michael Jackson shtick and dancing and Ascension Millennium, and yeah, it's pretty infamous. It's like a meme now because it was so cringe, that whole performance.
I think it was Cara Detention asked earlier, who do I have more go away heat, Feldman or Steven Seagal? At this point, Corey Feldman, because Steven Seagal actually left.
Yeah.
At least he did quit.
Steven Seagal fucked off to
He was
Russia.
forced.
That's what happened.
Yeah. At least he did that. Feldman seems to not take the hint. So at
Yeah,
this point, Corey Feldman for me.
yeah. So Seagal was like, "I'm gonna go to Russia and eat all the carrots I want." So Corey Feldman's still here and making shitty music and doing awful covers of Led Zeppelin.
Hi there, Fenton. Someone's asking, has Mike seen Breaking Bad?
Not yet. At least I haven't seen the whole series. I saw a couple episodes. I have it on Blu-ray. There's a lot of shows I need to watch, like that, The Wire, Sopranos all the way through, Boardwalk Empire, Deadwood. But that's a lot of. I mean, there's a lot of investment, But I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I
Cool.
want to check out, but I have more time now, though, because I
Cool.
only work one job. So I've been trying to watch more stuff, but it just depends on the mood I'm in. Like sometimes I don't want to. I just don't want
Yeah,
to watch anything.
I understand. Also, Fenton is Jackson Smith. I think I've seen you on other streams. He's graduating from Park Hill High School. And
Congrats.
congrats and good luck on your prom, man.
Yeah.
Don't get
Have
drunk too
fun.
much and don't get someone pregnant.
Have fun.
That was the saddest thing, not to name names, during graduate high school. Like I look over and there's like one of the kids is pregnant, and you're just kind of
Uh-huh.
like, it's a bit depressing because again, like I think they were 17 or 18, and it's
Mhm.
like you know you're not out of high school when your belly's showing.
I
Baby.
never speaking of high school, I never went to my prom. I was such a nerdy outcast kid. I didn't have a date or anything, and I was just like, I don't want to do that. It just doesn't sound like fun. So,
I
so
didn't want to. I just wanted to. I just stayed home and played a video game.
yeah.
I'm like,
You-
I want to do this more.
Do you remember what game it
I don't,
was?
it might have been like Metal Gear Solid or something. I can't remember.
It's like screw the
It
prom.
might
I
have been
want to
something
play
like
with
that.
Solid Snake.
And then my snake.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'd rather do that than watch people be like mopey and
guaranteed
nowadays
to have
like
a good
you do
event.
something. Uh, thank you, Julie. Yeah, feel free, man. Bobby, thank you. What's your thoughts, Eugene?
That was
Such a weird, awful gimmick.
yeah. I don't know what the hell that was. I remember when they
For
first
those who
started
don't
doing
remember,
that.
I don't say for those who don't remember, it was a handicapped. It was a wrestler whose character was a handicapped person,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe once in a while he would get lucky and put one over the heels. That only goes so far, and then you're like,
It's like
if he loses, you feel bad. If
yeah,
he wins, you don't really buy it. It's such a
yeah.
stupid gimmick.
I didn't get it at all. I thought it was honestly pretty offensive too. And I know that they were skirting the rules and you know being edgy, but that just felt like it was cheap, you know? That kind of thing.
That's good,
Well,
Julie.
good. Good, Julie. Um, but they kind of did other stuff like that too. Remember that there was a team, it was these like I forgot the name of them. I remember them when there were two like country west bumpkins, like hillbilly guys, and this one guy was this big dude, and like you'd bell, and then he would like perk up and actually wrestle and actually be able to do something. But if you didn't ring the
Hmm.
bell, like he would just be pretty much comatose. Like that was the whole point of the wrestler, and they were tag team.
I don't
I don't
remember that
remember.
one, ringing the
Yeah,
bell.
it was like mid to late 2000s era. I don't remember the name of the tag team off the top of my head, but I thought that was stupid when they were doing that gimmick, and they were pushing that tag team and giving them like a title, and I was like, what did they? I was like, why are they winning titles? I don't care about this fucking tag team with this who's got his tongue hanging out and only does anything when you ring a bell. Like, what the hell is this?
That's strange. But take care, Rapper Kirby and Silver Wings. I sat between two pregnant girls in cooking class at high school. Well, hopefully you didn't get squished.
They're picking up
I
something
just
else. There's-
just tell you have a threesome. I just tell you have a threesome and you can't make them pregnant again. So in
they
and
were
out
taking they
wherever
were
you
taking
want.
a different kind of cooking class. That's why they wound up with buns in their ovens.
Yeah, guess they took too many cooking classes. And tell you, there's the crack, the back, or keep in the sack. We go all the way. Just when you're not ready, just bet in trouble. Again, crack, back, or keep in the sack. There's always other options, folks. Thank you, Hopium. If you guys finally watch all the Sopranos seasons, I'm not sure Mike has seen any of them. I've seen the first two. If you prefer the many Saints of Newark,
Oh, this is it. It was
I,
Jesse and Festus.
okay, Festus,
Yeah, it was Festus
not
who
the
was the one
bestest,
that
I
was
guess.
catatonic.
But no, Hopium, I haven't. Yeah, the many Saints of Newark haven't seen it. I've seen the first two Soprano seasons. I like it. Haven't seen the rest. I don't know if Mike has seen any Sopranos. Good
I've seen
show.
a couple episodes. Like I said, I need to see more, but I do remember Sopranos stuff, like when Sopranos was like on and it was like really popular. I specifically remember the Mad TV parody, which kills me every time I watch it. Which is like, what if what if not with Mad TV? What if The Sopranos was on PAX? Like it was on a syndicated cable network that was like for family friendly audiences. And so it was just like 5 minutes. Like the episode was like 2 minutes long or something. And it would be like there would just be all these cuts and scenes missing and censorship. And so you'd have Will Sasso, being like James Gandolfini and be like, "What the and the and then it was just it's honestly really funny. Like cuz it's just the way they edited it together. Like
I
they would
can.
be just at the dinner table and it would be the whole thing where James Gandolfini's character is supposed to be all like, "Where's the gabagoo? Where'd you put the gabagoo?" And then get in a fight with his wife, and then it would just cut randomly, and then you'd be like way ahead in the episode, and then you have like a scene where James Gandolfini's character is supposed to beat up on a guy, and then like you wouldn't even show anything. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
And someone's asking, "What's The Sopranos?" The Sopranos was on for many seasons. It's a very popular
HBO.
HBO show about the mafioso Tony Soprano, played by the
Yes,
late great James Gandolfini, and pretty much was it Jersey?
I think so.
Trying
It
to
was
think.
starring a lot of real. There were guys who were in that show that I think were actual mobsters, if I remember correctly. Who used to be in the mob.
And thank you, Bobby. Thank you, man. What's your thoughts on Doug and Danny the Basham brothers? I don't remember who they are.
Oh, aren't they wrestlers?
Yeah,
Basham
they're, I
brothers.
know the rest, but I just don't know what their gimmicks were.
Yeah, I'm trying to look them
So
up.
it
Like, what
shows how
the
much
what
I
the fuck did?
Basham brothers, Basham and Casham, Crasham. There's a Triple X movie spoof called The Sopranos. That figures, Manny Cotillo. That figures. Hope you're doing well.
Sopranos.
It's been a while. The Sopranos. But I hope you're doing, Manny Cotillo. It's been a while since I've seen you on here. I hope you're doing well, man. And real quick, light, Lord Drotter, thank you. I think, okay, CM Punk's pipe bomb. Which one? He's done about 5 of them now. I like CM Punk. I do. I do. So the pipe bomb was cool when it started. Bit tired of hearing about it, kind of like the Montreal screw job. Bit tired
Mm-hmm.
of hearing about it, but I thought at the time there was legitimacy to it, and I don't think he's the best wrestler, but I think he's a great talker,
Yeah.
and I like him. I know he ruffles a lot of people the wrong way, but so do I. So I guess in a way I can relate to that. And all that I've seen of AEW, I would say I'm definitely on CM Punch side, and that Tony Clown was the Meltzer driver or
Yeah.
whatever the pile driver was, and
Yeah.
wanted to be cocaine Rick Moranis, being on NFL draft and be like,
Yeah. He's got the neck
"We're
brace.
Pepsi, we're Pepsi, and WWE's the Harvey Weinstein of wrestling, and we're Pepsi." I mean, what the hell does that even mean? Oh, okay, just Vince McMahon, Harvey Weinstein, but Vince isn't even there anymore. And what does Pepsi have to do with
Yeah.
Harvey
The
Weinstein?
evil Pepsi. That's why. It all comes down to the evil Pepsi, man.
Apparently. So Tony Khan,
It goes
I
deeper
know
than you
I'm going
think.
off it. Fuck Tony Khan.
It's the
He's an
evil
idiot.
Pepsi conspiracy. It's the Pepsi conspiracy,
But
man.
sorry, you go ahead.
um, CM Punk, I'm also a fan of. The pipe bomb was legendary, but yeah, I would say bit tired of it, especially when he just keeps trying to recapture that again and again, and it's just not nearly as irreverent, not nearly as long. Um, and I'd side with him in some ways, but I do feel he is a little too immature in terms of how he handles himself and in the wrestling business. I think he is a bit a little too selfish, and I think that's something he can actually work on and be better at. Um, but I think some of the stuff that makes him rub the wrong way in people is really things that he can control, but he just refuses to do so. So I think, that's a little frustrating. Because he seems to wear out his welcome like almost everywhere he goes. So there's got to be something there. Um, and it's not one of those things where it's just, but I wouldn't say frustrating to me as somebody like just completely wasting their career, which Jeff Hardy and his issues, which is way more frustrating to me than what CM Punk
Hmm.
does, because the wrestling business is full of people like CM Punk. Like Hulk Hogan was notorious for his politics behind closed doors, and Kevin Nash and all those other guys. So,
Hmm. Yeah, the guy who played Paulie, rest in
mhm.
peace, was a mobster on The Sopranos. Yeah,
Yep.
there you go. So thank you, Hopium.
I know about the ending, and it doesn't sound good, especially if you're a fan of the show. That does not sound like a satisfying ending.
Yeah, Tony Khan, you know, be Pepsi. I'm not a big Pepsi guy, except I did like Crystal Pepsi. I'm much more of a Coke guy because even this is Coca Cola.
This is
Can't
technically a
see it,
Pepsi
but
product, I think. So I did manage to get some more Mel Yellow recently. They were out of stock locally for a
I
while.
think Dew is Coca Cola. I think. I think
Yeah,
Mountain Dew is Coca Cola.
no, it's Pepsi.
Oh, it is.
Already a
Oh, okay.
Pepsi incorporated.
Huh. No wonder I like this one.
It's like no Coke, Pepsi.
I always like Coke and cocaine more than Pepsi, and I always like even like the cherry Coke. But
Uh-huh.
then when I try like cherry Pepsi, just didn't taste right.
I'm not a big
I like
cola
Crystal
guy.
Pepsi.
I'm not a big cola guy, period. So it's like I don't even really like
Yeah, me neither.
Coke or Pepsi. Like Mellow Yellow, Mountain Dew, an occasional Dr. Pepper, some root beer, cream soda, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm more of a Bella Yellow citrus
Oh,
guy anyway,
yeah.
so I
I
rarely get
I'm only
cola.
doing Dew. I'm only doing the Dew because I had no other option at the time. So I'm like,
Uh, a lot of people on sodas. Seven Wayne's drinks Pepsi. That's cool. Love Pepsi and Sprite. Cool. Uh, Sprite. Cool. Sunkist products. Cool.
Sprite by itself,
Cocaine is
Sprite
yeah.
mixed with
Which one?
lemonade, awesome.
Hmm.
Like I'm big on that. That's a really refreshing drink. It's like where you take, I think it's like 3/4 of lemonade and then like a little bit of Sprite on top. Like you don't want a half and half because that's not a good mix. But
Hmm.
mostly lemonade, then a little Sprite on top, like just to give it some extra, flavor and a little bit more of the Sprite sort of carbonation. It's really good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Cocaine back to the day of Coca Cola. Exactly. Maybe we should bring it back. Uh, Hi there, Michael. Thanks for stopping by, man. And Manny Detail, no problem, man. Doing well. Just been busy with life. Check out your video. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Speaking of cocaine, I think a certain director named Brett Bentman is on coke if he thinks he's some kind of amazing, legendary filmmaker who can talk shit to people on the internet.
Oh yeah, yeah. What movie it was he directed?
Operation Overlord. Which did you do
Yeah,
a
he
review
got
of that
mad at you
too?
for reviewing it. Yeah, I didn't hear from him. Maybe not yet, or he won't
as,
like it if he does.
as soon as you
Guy directed his
responded,
really bad movie.
yeah,
He directed his really bad movie. I reviewed it. Mike reviewed it. It was awful. It's a terrible movie.
terrible
I
war
guess
film.
recently the guy got pissed at Mike. Yeah, exactly. Who? Exactly.
Yeah,
Everybody's like, who?
he
Exactly.
tried to
No one knows
troll
who the hell he
me
is.
with the cliche just ancient insults that should reside alongside the pyramids in Egypt. Like, oh, with your goofy glasses and you're a nerd and you live in your mom's basement and blah 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 blah. You go get your pizza rolls, and I was like, your insults are just about as pathetic as your movie is. Like, you made a movie that sucks, and it gets like a 3.1 out of 10 on IMDb. Like,
I wrote like, why don't you take more time
yeah,
working on your craft and making a good
exactly.
movie and less time on YouTube?
Yeah,
Maybe
and
that's
what's
why your film
funny
sucks.
What's funny is
Yeah.
like as soon as you and like Michael King and Joey Hollywood like they responded back to him, he just deleted the comment. I'm like, it's
He
just-
deleted it?
yeah, he deleted it. He has no fucking balls. So now he's a bad director, he's a bad writer, and now I can add a pussy to to the list too because he can't even stand by his word. Like,
Oh, Michael Keane wrote as well.
yeah,
So me and Michael Keane and Joey, you said Joey
yeah,
Hollywood?
yeah,
So three of us responded to him. He got so butthurt he deleted his own comment.
yep,
Well, again, like the truth hurts. Work on your movie craft, your directing, your writing, instead of
no.
getting mad at people on YouTube. He did comment on my video. Either he didn't see it, more than likely, or he knew I was not going to fucking have it.
That made my day though, because I'm like, that was hilarious. Like, they didn't even piss me off. I was just like, the fuck are you to even be?
I
I
mean,
can't
the
even
movie
think of
has
a
like a
single person.
three,
Yeah,
a 3 out of 10 IMDb. I think he should be used to people
yeah.
saying he sucks.
He makes like he has like 50 something films in his filmography, but like you could probably ask anyone
That
on
no
the
one's heard
street,
of.
and they're gonna be like, "What? Andromeda? What? Alien
People in the chat
AI?
said who?
Huh?"
Again, maybe if you work on making a halfway decent movie instead of getting butthurt at random people on YouTube,
Yeah.
then you won't have everybody going, "Who's that?
Yeah, the
Who are
only reason
you?"
why he has time to even do anything like that on YouTube is because he sucks as a director. Like, if you were on the level of even somebody like the guy who directed Overlord, for instance, Julius Avery, you wouldn't have time for any of this. You're picking your next project. You're working on, figure out what you're going to do
Maybe.
next for an actual Hollywood movie.
Maybe that's why he should put a penis in his mouth and suck it. Suck it.
Speaking of Julius
Uh,
Avery, I did get requested to see The Pope's Exorcist, so I'm curious about that. I know
well,
you were surprised by that one, so
yeah, it has its issues. It's not the most original movie, but I think Russell Crowe is definitely the big MVP of it, and he made the movie for me.
yeah, it's
It's,
definitely
it's,
it's gonna be better than
yeah,
Exorcist Believer, I would think, right? That sucked.
absolutely, I thought it was. I think Utopium. I mean, Samuel Bear had nothing to do
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
Thing movie. He did Nightmare on
no.
Elm Street remake. Although it'd be funny if it just randomly said, I don't have nothing to do with the Thing prequel. I'm just gonna get bad at you."
Here's what Samuel Bear Aspirin, he said a comment about people who were criticizing the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street, and basically told
Because he has
people to go
nothing else to
touch.
do. Because he's
Yeah,
not doing anything
he
anyway.
told them to go touch grass. That's basically what he did back in the day, and then he never
Which grass?
directed
The
a
one he
film
smoked
again.
before directing the movie?
Did he even direct a movie after that? I don't think he did. I think that was like the
No.
last film he directed. So
Maybe he's out there touching more grass and smoking it. That's why he's not making any more movies. Maybe the grass he touched, he smoked it before he made the movie. That's why the Elm Street remake sucked so badly.
yeah,
Maybe he got to stop smoking scrolls.
that's why he felt the magic place or whatever, the rainbow room or the sling blade Freddy was such a good idea.
Well, I mean, go back to, I don't know, directing more music videos like the Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit, which was better directed than your movie.
Yeah,
Because he directed that music video,
he
so
did.
Smells Like Teen Spirit, which is
Not
better
everyone can
directed than
be
the movie he made. So
not everyone can be David Fincher. Not everyone can
Right.
go for music videos and, direct and
Or even Michael Bay. Or
yeah.
even Michael Bay. Not everyone's Michael Bay, not everyone's David
No.
Fincher.
No.
Sometimes you just suck.
You just are good at music video directing. That's it. You're not a film director.
Jackson, yes, I do know what Dora the Explorer is, but I don't watch it. That
Swiper,
seems
no
much more for
swiping.
kids.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I'm not.
that's that seems to be much more for kids, and I'm just not a kid. So
No.
before my time.
I don't
No,
mind.
actually, way after my time.
Yeah, I don't mind some watching some kid shows every now and then. The stuff that I grew up with, like some of the Nickelodeon cartoons or Cartoon Network stuff. But Dora the Explorer, yeah, definitely not at the right time for me. I was aware of it. I know there was a movie that came out fairly recently, like 3 or 4 years ago, and I know there was a really bad parody of Dora the Explorer on the new and last season of Mad TV that had like 8 episodes.
Swiper get off Grinder. I don't know what Grinder is, but I would assume is like
Right,
adult plays.
it's an app for I think it's the gay the gay dating app. I think that's what
What it is?
Grinder is. Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't know that.
I
So,
know. I only know that because it's been referenced in jokes and stuff like that, and other memes and
okay.
other stuff.
I haven't seen those jokes. So sorry, folks. I guess
Surprised
just
they didn't
not
mention it in
how.
Bros.
If they did, I don't remember anything about the movie.
I don't blame you.
But
I
hi
still
there.
haven't seen that yet, but I don't blame you at all.
But hey there, Ty. Um, Mike and Matt. Oh, Alex Burns. Hey, Mike and Matt. Hope all's well with you, gents. Doing
Yeah,
well. Thanks.
I'm good.
Thank you for the kind words.
Turning 35 tomorrow.
Cool.
1 year older, So when you start, still pretty young though, all things considered. Pretty good health.
Well, Patrick, I definitely don't watch those videos. I wouldn't know. The to catch a predator stuff. I don't watch that stuff.
Oh, I remember.
Uh,
I remember that show. I also remember Mr. Gigi's videos on those.
hmm. I know a lot of those are taken down because of bullying. Just if you
Yeah,
bully a person that goes after kids, that's
I
too
don't
mean.
understand that. It's like the video donkey on EDP. Oh, take him down because it's bullying. I'm like, the dude is a pedo. Like, I don't.
But yeah, apparently if you're mean to that, you're a bully. Okay. What's that? So you mean to Hitler, you're a bully? Stop being mean to Hitler. Why are you being so mean to Hitler? Come on. You're being a bully. You can't be that mean to Hitler. He's
Stop
just a
picking on
guy who salutes.
Mussolini. Stop picking on Mussolini. Leave him alone. Let him eat his pasta.
We stopped being mean to Jeffrey Dahmer. He was just hungry. He just wanted lunch. Stop being so mean to
Mm.
Jeffrey Dahmer, folks. Why are you so mean?
Stop making jokes
Michael
about
says
OJ
happy birthday.
Simpson.
So Ty and Michael both say happy birthday
Thank
to
you.
you, as well as Alex Burns. The bid 3-5, huh? You're getting old. You're getting old.
My brain
We're
isn't
all
there
getting
yet,
old.
though. With
Yeah.
with my autism and everything, my brain still thinks I'm in my 20s. My body
Oh,
thinks
that's
otherwise.
good. Yeah, we're all getting old, so you're not alone. We're all.
Yeah, but if we see
Uh,
more
the,
gray in my beard.
no, Jackson, it's tomorrow is his birthday, so. Yes, Mike did talk about the Deadpool Wolverine trailer earlier. He said he liked it.
Yeah,
He
I
talked
really
about
like the use of
earlier.
Madonna's "Like a Prayer." That was really well put, well trailer, and Hugh, they still got their chemistry. It's just amazing. Well, that's what you get when you have two real friends. We're actually getting together and doing. Hey,
Cool. There you go.
I bet you also felt the Predator was insulting with his autism is a superpower. You're an X-Men. The Predator wants
Well, don't you want that?
your Predator wants
Don't you
the
want
Predator wants your
superpowers?
power. Yeah, not this.
Well, don't you want that? You special?
This isn't a superpower. This is it's helpful when it comes to being a walking internet movie database and remembering like a bunch of numbers and shit, but when it comes to like interacting in social situations, like I got it sucks. I'm like, you could take it, Predator.
So we have this one. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this one. I feel
Mm-hmm.
left out. Yeah, I feel left out. Like everybody has autism but me apparently. I might be I feel left out. Jeez. It's autism convention. So I guess I can't say nah, I'm just kidding. But is everybody retarded? No.
No, of
That's a joke, folks. It's a joke.
course.
But no, that's cool. I don't judge on that. I judge if you're a decent person.
Yeah,
And that's all that truly matters.
exactly.
So it's all good. And it seems people here can take a joke, which is all cool too. So
Not everyone is like
life's too
Christian.
serious. Exactly. I did I did see documentaries on him. He's something. That's
Yep.
all I'll say. He's something.
Yeah. Yep.
Mike has seen Abigail. He liked it. He talked about it
Yeah.
earlier.
I still need to review it, but I enjoyed it. It's actually my second favorite film of the year that I've seen so far. So
So I guess me and Civil Wings, we're the only people here that don't have autism. We're alone.
you're
Everybody, the
normal.
whole world has autism. I'm not going to use the word normal. That seems like a
Okay.
slight against someone. I'll
Yeah.
say we're different
Okay.
because normal means that as if you're superior or like I don't
Yeah.
know. Some people use it that way, and I
Okay.
won't use it that way.
I get it.
I'll say just different.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense, but where does autism come from? It comes from your dick. I don't know. How would I know?
It's a
I don't know.
I think it's a genetic thing.
Mm,
I think it's in it's handed down, from generation,
mm,
from one gene pool to the next type deal. Um, I know my dad has it, 100%.
mm.
So I
Okay.
know I got it. I got it from his side of the family. So thanks, Dad.
Well, mine just had alcoholism, but that's why I drink this instead.
That's a different. That's a that's also that could be it's that there could be a lot of disadvantages with that too. Like that's a disease
That's what.
too, but
Yeah.
different kind of thing. That's
That.
what I wouldn't even know if that. I don't know if it. I don't even know if I consider autism a disorder either. I think there was like
Mm,
a at one point it might have been considered that. I know what I had. What I had was initially considered Asperger's syndrome, but now it's no longer a thing because the created and all that apparently was a Nazi. So great. So can't say that anymore.
say that again. You can't say Asperger's because of what?
So the guy who came up with the term Asperger's syndrome, it was revealed many
Yeah.
years later that the guy was a Nazi sympathizer. Like he legitimately was a Nazi. So because of that,
Okay.
they've just made it so now Asperger's syndrome is just a part of the spectrum, the autism spectrum. So
Um, well, I mean, it's just a. I mean, if
yeah,
you just separate the two, but I mean, Okay.
You know how things
All
are
right.
nowadays.
Yeah. Hey there, Lucas. Hope you're doing well, Lucas. Uh, just more people saying I have autism. It's like I am Spartacus. I am
Yeah, I am
Spartacus.
Spartacus.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like I'm one of the only people here that don't have autism. As far as I know, maybe I secretly do. I don't know. I just it was me all along, Austin. It was me all along. But
Yeah, my dad, I don't think he was ever actually diagnosed. So you never know.
uh, Mike, you said Aberdeen was your second favorite film of the year.
Mhm.
What's your first?
Ooh. Um Look at the
And hi
list
there, Cyber
again.
Warrior. I thought it was Dune Part Two
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah, Doom Part 2.
because I remember your
I
list on
really liked
Facebook.
it. I really liked that. I was
Cool.
pretty blown away by that, especially for somebody that was kind of underwhelmed by part 1.
Cool.
I know Michael King also liked it too. He was surprised by it as well.
Yeah, I saw his review early today. Did a good job. Uh, yeah, it's funny. I got the request. I'm going to upload tomorrow on the
Mhm.
one of my thoughts on the Mufasa trailer,
God.
and I'm sitting there going, okay. I was going to ask why this got made, but it got made because the previous one made
Oh, it
1.6
made
billion,
yeah,
so
it
that's
made
why it got
billion.
made.
Made $1 billion.
But at the same time, like the comments are hilarious. Like, spoiler, he grows up as a teen and dies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Spoiler.
Uh-huh.
Or thank God this live action, like everything is CGI. What a
Yeah.
great live action movie.
I think that's in a bomb because it's not The Lion King again, it's some prequel. And also, despite the fact the Lion King remake made a ton of money when it came out, that was early enough in the period where Disney was doing all these live action remakes where people were just
Yeah.
they were just falling for the nostalgia and they were just going to see those things in droves. Now it's not the same. Little Mermaid didn't do anywhere near as well when it comes to the box office, and more people nowadays when it comes to live action Disney remakes, they're annoyed by it. And that's even from the people who are a part of the demographic that they're trying to appeal to, who have nostalgia for the Lion King. They're just like, no, I don't want this.
Well, what's funny is that they're opening it like the same date as Sonic the Hedgehog 3, which is
Sonic 3 is
interesting.
going to polish that.
It'd be nice. I guess when I did I haven't uploaded the video yet. I wasn't sure because again, because the film made 1.6 billion, and there's enough Disney stands there, and maybe kids driving their parents.
Hmm.
I'm always cynical. It's not gonna make that much, but like if it's somehow like made half of that, that'd be something. But
Yeah.
I love for the bomb, but I'm so cynical and like
I don't think
the
it's going to
fact that the
be
previous
like,
one,
yeah.
the fact that previous one made 1.6 billion surprised the hell out of me. I'm like, I thought the trailer looked like crap. It's another Disney
It
remake,
doesn't
and
get
usually
great
they're crap. But
reviews, the remake, the
they're
live action remake.
right.
It made a lot of money, but when it hit physical media, it went to bargain bins. Like you can find it the 4K
Mhm.
at your local supermarket. Like it's right in the same boat as like their other Pixar, one of the Pixar's bigger flops, which is Onward, which didn't do well either. And
I guess it could
I
be like Captain Marvel. They made a billion, then they did the sequel, and it did made
yeah,
nothing. So maybe it'd be like that.
I think it'll make money, but I don't think it's gonna be billion. And I think
No,
it's gonna
not that much.
underperform.
No,
Like I don't think it's gonna be like I think it's gonna bomb, but not be like one of the biggest bombs ever. But I think it's not going to make much profit as they want.
right.
In the realm of Hollywood, that's a bomb. That's not just, oh, it
Yeah.
didn't do well. Like that's a flop. It's kind of like Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. It costs more to make than Afterlife. So with it only barely cracking 200 million worldwide, it's not doing good. So
Well, and the Like Indiana Jones 5.
Yes.
That lost like I don't know they gave a number, but if you actually add in like marketing, it's more like 300 million
Record.
in loss.
It's a record loss for Disney. I think they said it was a record-breaking loss for the company. Was Dial of Destiny, which is fitting because that movie fucking sucks. Belongs in a museum.
And stay there. That says a lot. Indiana Jones film flops. Congrats. Mufasa is just a showcase for Beyonce and her daughter. Pass. No thanks, bruh. I didn't know Beyonce's daughter was in it, but good for her. Not I. The trailer looked like crap. It
It
looked
looked
like
bad.
crap. It looked yeah. Gives a shit.
I've
Thank you,
seen more
Hope. I
people
appreciate it.
meme on that trailer than actually say it looks good.
Yeah, like during the video, I'm reading the comments. Like they were more hilarious and entertaining than anything I saw in the trailer. It's just funny though. It's live action when everything is CGI, but it's live action. That still kills
It's
me.
like the Jungle
It's
Book
live
movie,
action film,
the live action film with like one live actor and like everything else is CGI, including the jungle.
which is one more live actor than this one. I wrote a quick like, "Hello there, Guillermo. Frogman 2, the movie. Sure, I like the first one. I'm fine with the sequel to a film I actually liked.
What about The
Uh,
Exorcism, Matt? Russell Crowe's new
so,
Exorcist movie.
mm, that one looks more forgettable. I like that he's
Yeah.
playing an actor making a horror film, but I
Mhm.
don't know. It doesn't seem like unique enough to
I know.
give a whole lot of interest.
Yeah, I was kind of, and it's kind of weird. It is weird timing because it's so soon after this other Exorcism movie he did.
Yeah. Maleficent, I don't think I've seen, or if I did, I don't remember anything about it.
Uh, I like Angelina Jolie, but and it's a it's got some good visuals in it, but I don't know. I'm not super big on either one of those movies.
Yeah. No, Premier, like the Pope Exorcist, yeah, like there's another one called The Exorcism,
Yeah, The Exorcism,
which is coming out.
and that title is so unbelievably generic, like The Exorcism. It's like that other horror film coming out later this year. Did you hear about this one, Matt? Cell Phone. It's literally called Cell Phone.
Cool.
What's next? We're gonna have
Is it
a whole
prequel to
string of horror films to that just have like generic titles like The Microwave, The Computer.
the dildo? I I mean, yeah, you had Killer Condom and stuff back in the
Yeah.
day, so
Yeah.
now we just take off the killer, just put condom.
Yeah,
That'll
Killer
be the next one,
Tongue,
condom.
which has one of the craziest death scenes ever where a guy just pisses on a rock and explodes for no fucking reason. I don't know
Yeah.
what the fuck the people
Maybe should put it
behind
in a
that movie were
bottle like the rock.
smoking. Yeah. Make sure it's Voss though. It has to be a Voss bottle. That's what makes me just crack up about that. Like it's even a luxury water bottle. It can't be Aquafina. No Aquafina, no Dasani. It's got
So
to be
not this
Voss.
water bottle. So
No,
not this water bottle is gonna be.
no.
The rock has to piss in the right bottle. I guess then what? He'll piss his pants if you don't. How does he take it done? Does he need a diaper? If that's the case.
The guys thing
You're
he
breaking
takes
up
a
a
dump
bit.
in weird issues. But does he take like a dump in like all these massive oversized appliances around like in that SNL
I don't
skit?
know.
Which is it's really funny because the whole point is that this guy works at an office and he has like these massive oversized like office supplies and he's just taking a dump in all of these fucking things. This boss comes in and he's all like, "What? What the hell? Are you just taking a shit in all oversized office equipment?
Uh, yes, Alice, I do know that Icon One Piece is getting a 4K. That's cool. It actually has new
Yeah,
features
some
on it,
features.
which is cool as
It's like
well.
the perfect weapon. That's the other pre-order I did is the perfect weapon, and I did one for the Crow Steelbook, which is coming out
Cool.
like later this month.
Phantoms with Ben Affleck in new release. I won't pick up that one.
The but Ben
I don't
Affleck is
hate
the
the film, but
bomb in Phantoms.
I don't hate the film. I just don't need a 4K of Phantoms.
Yeah, is it a 4K? I thought it was just a Blu-ray, but if it's a 4K, that's surprising.
It wouldn't be surprising to me. I mean, with some of the other stuff they released.
They're doing the Faculty 4K. I know about that one.
Hey, Mike, did you know that the Asylum put out an Exorcist ripoff called The Exorcist?
Of
I guess
course,
with an S.
it's the Asylum. Like, I mean, I'm not surprised when it comes to them.
Nah, I'm not surprised either.
On the topic of those kind of movies, like the stuff that Brett Bettman does, like I legitimately wonder if he's just being hired by a money laundering front to do all these fucking shitty movies that nobody asked for, nobody wants to see, because he does so many of them. And I'm like, where is the audience? Who is asking for any of this? So it legitimately is making me wonder if it's a money laundering front.
It would make more sense. Premier asks, Mike, your thoughts on Disturbia
Haven't seen it in a
with
while,
Shia LaBeouf?
but I thought it was pretty good. Definitely need to revisit it again though, but it's been a while since I saw it last. I thought it was pretty good. Like Shia LaBeouf at a certain point, like around that time, like I thought he was actually a pretty decent actor. Like I liked him in a lot of stuff. I liked him in that. I liked him in Eagle Eye. Like Eagle Eye, in my opinion, is a really underrated gem. Um, it's if you look at it, it's honestly ahead of its time when it comes to the AI and all that other tech and all that now. Like it holds up pretty well, especially when some like Mission Impossible Rogue Nation just ripped it off. Not Rogue Nation, not Fallout. The fuck is the other one? The one that just came out? Dead Reckoning.
Says a lot when you can't remember.
Dead Reckoning.
I was not a fan of that movie.
No,
Disappointing.
it is disappointing. I saw it in the theater. What What do you think about the trailer for the Joker sequel, Matt?
I didn't hate it, but I just don't see why we need a sequel.
Yeah, I
And I don't know
I get where you're coming from.
why it's a musical.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how they're
I
gonna
didn't hate
work
the
around that.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't hate the trailer. I don't think it was a badly edited trailer. It's just I don't see why it needs to be a musical. I'm not a big musical guy.
I definitely want to see that more than Transformers One.
Yeah. Yeah, that was people are praising that trailer. I don't get it.
There's a good
Um
amount of people though in the comments that are not fond of that. Like Transformers
that
fans,
was
they're all,
such a garbage trailer that I'm
it was bad.
throw something. It was a dog trailer.
It is. It's like the Transformers version of Mutant Mayhem. That's really what it feels like.
Megatron sounds like what Megatron would sound like in a Key and Peele skit,
Yeah.
or like a. I don't know how you even describe his voice.
If I
Like,
want to see Transformers in like a comedic, just Robot Chicken stuff. The first one did with Optimus Prime getting colon cancer or whatever.
yeah, Robot Chicken. That's a fun show. But yeah, Transformers One was just a lot more stupid in terms of uneven, unfunny comedy. It just
Hmm.
didn't work for that trailer. And
Speaking of
yeah,
uneven
I have
stuff, like
no interest in it.
what are your thoughts on Boy Kills World? Because I know it came out and did bad. It did not do well at all in theaters recently.
I think I saw the trailer once. I don't remember much about it. It's been a while, and didn't really follow much of it. So I don't really have I don't I don't really have an opinion on it because I don't know a whole
Hmm.
lot about it. I know the writer of it's supposed to do that stupid last Ronin movie, supposedly
Oh,
writing the
okay.
script.
Well, that's not ideal since this movie bombed and didn't get really good critical notes. I know that The Crow got pushed back, so it's not coming out at the time that it was initially going to. So it's coming out later this year. I'm like, can you just
Back to
not
hell.
release it? Can you just put it in a shelf and make it a tax write-off? Can you do that? But
Back
no, we're
into
gonna
a
write it
vault.
off. We're gonna write it off for the taxes. Nobody wants to see the Crow remake.
Have
I've
either of you heard of Berserk? Is
It's an
that the comic book
anime.
that Keanu Reeves? Oh, I was thinking of someone else.
I think it's an
I thought
anime.
there was a comic book called Berserk, but no, I never heard of that then.
There's a manga, but no, I haven't seen it yet. I've heard about it.
Maybe what I'm thinking of is Berserker.
Oh,
Maybe I'm thinking of Berserker.
we're about
But no,
to
I never heard of Berserk.
thinking of the shitty movie with the
No, I
guy in a
thought it was
bear
like a
suit.
comic book. It was like a comic book that Keanu Reeves was behind,
Oh,
like an action comic book that they wanted to make into a movie.
so
Oh, this
Keanu,
seems pretty cool.
I guess John Wick's gonna make an appearance in Ballerina or whatever, but I don't really give a shit about Ballerina, the John Wick spinoff. They moved that to next year. I think it was originally supposed to come out this year, and then they moved it to do reshoots or whatever.
No, I wear them for show. Do I wear glasses to see? No,
No,
I
they
shine
don't
them
have
up to show.
lenses.
I shine them up to shove up my ass later. They're my sex toy. Do I wear glasses to see?
That's
No, I
funny.
use them to hear. I use them to hear. They're my hearing. These are my hearing aids, folks.
You know, there are some people who
You
wear
may not
fake
know
glasses
about it.
though. They legitimately wear fake
Why?
glasses for like
Why?
aesthetic. And for aesthetic reasons, they wear fake glasses.
Well, they're dumb as fuck then.
Agree.
There are some people that wear glasses for show. Well, I think they're dumb as fuck, to be honest. Sorry. No, I'm not sorry. That's dumb as fuck then. To wear glasses for
They wear it
show.
for
Fucking
fashion.
stupid.
Make them look
Man,
smarter, more distinguished.
that's fucking stupid. Fucking stupid. Someone was asking, do you have any hope for Beetlejuice 2?
Not a lot. I want to because I know Michael Keaton loves Beetlejuice. It's his favorite film that he's done. It's his favorite character he's ever played. And Tim Burton, he is on a bit of a rise after Wednesday. It seemed like he hadn't completely lost it based on that show. But that's a show, so he was able to have more time to build up and knock off some rust and do some other things that he might not have the same amount of time to do with the Beetlejuice sequel. And the whole idea of them going back to the same town, just I'm not really big on. I know Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian was kind of silly, but at least Beetlejuice was going to a different location at that time, and it was a different setting. And if it's just back in the same town again, I don't like that. I don't like that
Of
concept.
course, it's
The
nostalgia.
idea, just the nostalgia baiting. Like, oh, hey, remember the bridge from the first movie? Remember the house? Remember the miniature? It's just like if a good chunk of the movie is just going to be member berries, the Beetlejuice edition, I'm not all for that at all. And also Jenna Ortega, like I'm tired of her already. Like Just stop. Like I think she's already typecast. And she's being cast and everything as this quirky goth girl and or the new Scream Queen. And I don't think it's genuine. I really don't. I think she's good as Wednesday, but I didn't buy her in X. I didn't buy her in the Scream films. I thought she was better in Scream 6 and Scream 5, but I still don't buy her as a new Scream Queen. And I don't see what everyone sees in her. I don't think she's that great of an actress either. And it seems like she doesn't even want to do the movie. It seems very, from the things I've seen in the trailer, it doesn't seem like she's really showing a lot of energy, which is what we need out of a Beetlejuice movie. And also, Michael Keaton is old. Like he is. He's an older guy now, so he doesn't have energy either. So I don't know. We'll see.
Well, this guy's been asking this a lot, so I'll answer. Mike and Matt, what are your thoughts on Beauty and the Beast? He mentioned like a bunch of films. Cinderella, haven't seen it forever.
What were
Barely
your thoughts
remember
on
it.
Beetlejuice 2, Matt, though?
I don't. Fuck it. No, I don't need it. I don't
Uh,
want it.
yeah.
It's too late. Tim Burton hasn't done a good movie in a long ass time.
Mm-hmm.
Last time Michael Keaton came back for a role was Batman in the Flash.
Yeah.
We saw how that was handled. And again, Tim Burton, the last film of his I liked. What would have been the last film he directed I liked?
Did you like Big Eyes? Did you like
I didn't see that.
did you like any of the Disney stuff he did? Did you like the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Johnny Depp?
Wasn't, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's some parts of it I don't mind, but not nearly as good as the original.
Mars
Tolerable is a
Attacks?
good word for it. Nah, I like Sleepy Hollow.
Okay, Sleepy Hollow. All right. That's a while.
But yeah,
If it's
Beetlejuice,
if it's
like I
Sleepy
said,
Hollow.
yeah, just Beetlejuice. I think it's too late for it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I just imagine a lot of CGI overuse being used. It's going to be a generator
I
point of view.
I do remember reading that there's not a lot of CGI. That's what I heard from
Mhm.
like people who worked on the film. That there's a good amount of practical effects in it, which I'm curious to see if that actually is uh really what they did. Um, I all we have is a teaser trailer, but it just rubbed me the wrong way with the choir singing Deo and just all this other stuff. It was just lazy. It just seemed lazy. And the OJ Simpson
Mhm.
joke, juice is loose. It's like, not anymore. The juice is as dead as you are, Beetlejuice.
Yeah. Sweeney Todd, I'm like indifferent on. I forgot Tim Burton
Uh-huh.
did that.
Last film he did I
You like
liked
the
was Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children.
yeah. I haven't seen that one, so I remember you've mentioned it.
Yeah, I
And
thought it was
to
actually pretty good.
cool to the one guy again. I Cinderella. I haven't seen in forever. Eli Roth's Clown. He didn't direct it. I thought that was actually a decent film that he produced.
Yeah, that one.
Beauty and the
The
Beast.
body horror clown movie.
Yeah, that was interesting. Beauty and the Beast animated. I do like live action. Dog shit.
I like the original animated Beauty and the Beast, but honestly, I'd rather take like the first two seasons of the show Beauty and the Beast, Linda Hamilton and Ron Perlman. To be honest, that's
Mm,
just for me personally.
cool. Big Fish. I haven't seen.
That's pretty good.
Uh, the worst Tim Burton film, Planet of the Apes.
Dark Shadows, I think is a little bit worse for me, but that's just me
Mm.
personally. Like Planet of the Apes, he's a bad fit for it, but there are good things about it. Like I think Tim Roth was great as the villain in that, and I think there's some other
Mm.
some good practical effects, and there's some nice moments of spectacle in that film. But Mark Wahlberg, no. Like, this is early in his career, so he really hadn't perfected his on-screen persona yet. Didn't really have enough charisma to carry the movie or acting talent, so it was just really bad fit. It was a bad fit for a director for Tim Burton. It was a bad fit for the lead actor and Mark Wahlberg, but the supporting cast is great. I mean, but it just and really good practical
Mm.
effects by Rick Baker, but it just that's why I would rather watch that than Dark Shadows. Dark Shadows is just a cringe fest. Like, I hated that movie.
Yeah. Let's see. What was people saying? What was someone had asked Mike
Mhm.
thoughts on the new Bad Boys film?
I liked the trailer more than you did, but the more that I've seen the trailer, it just I see what you mean in terms of like rehashing some jokes, and that does make me a little more leery of it. Also, the stuff with Captain, what's his name? Is it I forgot what his last name was. It Scott? Was that his character's?
I forget the character's name. It was Joe
Yeah,
Pantoliano.
Joe character. Like, that just seems like really, let's just pull shit out of our ass territory in terms of, oh, he said some message before he died, and that he was being framed for some kind of involvement with drugs or whatever, and
Hmm.
it just makes it more upsetting that they killed him off in the last one. Like, why even kill him off then? Why did you even have to do that? Like, if you're gonna have him in the movie, but he's dead, but he's speaking from beyond the grave, like,
Because they didn't know they were making another one.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
That's why they call it Bad Boys for Life,
yep,
which four would have been better for
mhm,
number four. But
yeah, yeah. I like some of the action I saw in the trailer, but yeah, there's some bits that, I don't know about that. And yeah, Martin Lawrence definitely he doesn't look too hot. And of course, you got Will
uh,
Smith and post slap. I think it could be
yeah.
a fun sequel. Like, I think it could be entertaining, but I don't think it's going to be on the same level as the first three.
Mhm. Challengers, I don't know what that is. Sashim Challengers trailer. Don't know what that is.
The new movie that just came out, where Zendaya plays a tennis player who gets hurt. She
Mm.
the trailer been all talking about this like threesome or this back and forth between her and these two other guys or two other tennis players. But apparently the twist is that it's really more about the two guys and their romance or whatever with each other than it is anything with Zendaya. And there's even like threesome, I guess, where the two guys make out and you know have sex with Zendaya also there. And I don't know. I don't give a shit about that film. It did not interest me in the slightest. Kind of remind me of that other movie that it was a different kind of plot, but it's a similar sort of thing where this young woman is involved in kind of affair and whatever. Miller's Girl, which is a film that came out earlier this year with Jenna Ortega, which was definitely a script from like way back at I was really surprised the film got made, let alone released in theater. It's about like an older teacher who forms a relationship sexually with a young underage student. I'm like, how the hell? Like, why? Especially in today's day and age. I'm really surprised that got made.
Mm.
It's like a serious version of That's My Boy, Matt, but with the genders reversed.
Yeah. Rufus was asking your favorite film with Clancy Brown in it. I mean, he's done a lot of good stuff. I guess my favorite film that he's been in would be The Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
My favorite performance of his, I would say, I think most would say Highlander. I'll say Pet Cemetery too, just because it's so hilarious.
Yeah, he's good in that, but
No brain, no pain.
in terms of favorite performance, like I gotta go Kurgan. I gotta go Kurgan from
Right.
Highlander. Um,
Yeah, of
but
course.
honorable mention his performance as a serial killer in the film Ambition with Lou Diamond Phillips. You want to see a really
Mm.
good Clancy Brown performance that's under the radar? Check that one out.
Hey there, bruh. Hope you're doing well. Uh, no, Fenton, I've not watched Enchanted.
I liked it. I
Such
liked Enchanted. I didn't see the sequel though. It was another one that came out
mm,
many years too late, and I wasn't super big on the idea. Enchanted surprised me. I saw it like at a McMiniman's. It was like a pub, so like a theater, and you could get pizza and beer and whatever, and sit on a couch and watch a movie. It was an
hmm,
interesting experience, and I was surprised by it. I think
hmm,
Amy Adams was really good in it, and it's it's the closest you ever see to Disney parodying themselves. That's really what it is. It's like a satire of like these old Disney princess movies. And the idea is that this traditional Disney princess winds up in our world. You know, so she has to interact with, reality and so on and so forth. And I thought it was, you know, pretty well done for what it was. Like I think it's one of Disney's more underrated movies, especially their action fare that they've done over the years.
hmm, it's cool. Haven't seen it. Alice Movie Collector, I don't do impressions, so no, no thanks. I don't do impressions.
Come on, do
Starship
it.
Troop,
Do it more. What are you waiting for?
Starship Trooper. Oh yeah, Clancy Brown was good in Starship Troopers. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one. Let's see, what was it? Someone was asking about. I think it was that someone was asking Mike about if he's seen the Beekeeper.
Yeah. Saw that in the theater earlier this year. I liked it. I even have a review on my channel.
So obviously that guy watched it.
It would be
I'm just having
it,
fun.
it would definitely be in my top list right now. It depends on how, things go for the rest of the year. Like it might wind up as an honorable mention. I don't know. There are other films
Hmm,
that I've seen this year that I like more, but I still enjoyed it. I liked it.
cool.
It was nice to see those tech fraudsters get their comeuppance.
Right. I would say it's probably my favorite film so far.
Hmm.
Yeah, I see your comment, Alex Burns. I don't care what Justin Bieber's doing. I don't care about any anime movie that Justin Bieber's in. I don't care.
He's doing an anime? Wow.
I guess he's going to be in some animated film
Oh,
where
animated
he
film.
plays Cupid.
I thought it was like an anime. Justin Bieber in an
No.
anime?
Yes, I do like Master of Puppets song by Metallica. I do like it, Alex.
Good one.
What's your favorite Metallica song?
Uh, I really like Nothing Else Matters.
Good one.
The Bell Tolls
Your
is good
thoughts on it?
too.
Yeah, that's a good one. Uh, well, I've seen this guy. Mike hasn't seen it. Planet CHH. He's another YouTuber. Seems like a cool guy. Never really
Yeah,
chat with him.
he was on some streams with Deadpit, wasn't he?
Yep, he was.
Yeah.
Seems like a cool guy. Never
Yeah.
chat with him. I've seen a couple of them. He's mentioned nice things about me. That was nice.
Cool.
So
Cool.
when he's with CK
Yeah.
from Dip, it was on it. That was nice. So no, I haven't done any videos with him, but it'd be cool. Uh, sorry, just looking through it.
The way these prices are going up with these physical media releases, man, all those guys are gonna have to take out loans to be able to afford all these pre-orders.
Well, I guess for me, that's why I'm kind of glad I'm kind of easing my way out of
I,
that whole thing.
I'm glad I I got what I did when I did too, because man, it's legit. Like there's a list that shows things that have gone up in terms of inflation over the past like month or so. And at the top of the list is physical media, 30%. Like
Yeah.
that's insane. Like it went up higher than like milk and juice.
Yeah,
Gas.
everything's going up. Just Joe Bidet is such a great guy. I don't get political, but that guy sucks. I'll say that. Joe Bidet sucks. The economy sucks.
I'm in I'm in the same I'm in
Joe
that
Bidet.
boat in the movie Mars Attacks, which I know you're not as big on as I am, but I love that scene where the aliens blow up Congress, because I'm like that would be a good place to start. Just blow up Congress, and then the reaction from the older actors, like, ha! They blew up Congress. That just cracks me up every time.
Yeah, I heard that, Target and others will one day stop releasing physical
I'm not
media.
surprised about Target. Like they've been downsizing their selection of physical media in store for years now. And this is I've been preparing myself for this. I've been talking about this. This is the evolution of the format. It's moving away from being sold in stores. It's going to be an online exclusive thing, and it's going to be more catered towards collectors. And when that happens and it becomes more and more niche, well, the prices are going to go up, because now they're not trying to cater to mainstream audiences or the people who just come into the store. It's like, oh, I like that movie. Let me buy that, because, those people have already transitioned to streaming.
Yeah, I mean, once in a while I'll grab something that comes out, but like I said, I'm kind of glad they're just releasing a lot of crap because it's like, well, that saves me a lot of money.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
And like, okay, like when Vinegar Syndrome,
I used to blind
if I go,
buy Vinegar Syndrome and other stuff. I'm not doing that anymore. Like it's just too expensive.
you're not going to get Navy SEALs for
No,
$45.
no, I'm not. I'm not doing that. I remember when they announced that, it was like, that's the big announcement for halfway to Black Friday. Navy SEALs. What a joke.
You're not going to get Riddle of Fire or
What?
Lady Reporter.
What and what? I've
And
never even
then,
heard of those movies.
well, that's Vinegar Syndrome. You won't have
I'd
heard of
rather
any of this
I'd
stuff.
rather I'd rather see the Riddle of Steel. What is the Riddle of Steel, Conan?
No, I never got the Sidekicks Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray.
I
I
have
just
that, but I got it from not from Vinegar Syndrome. I
did you
got it
watch
from
it?
Hamilton. Not yet. It looks good though. The transfer is really good.
Hamilton, that's the site. I'll have to look in that
In
sometime.
Hamilton book. The thing with Hamilton book is if you live in a state where there's tax, that'll come bite you, and so will their shipping. So like if you buy
Yeah.
multiple things, then it's, something you can kind of work around.
Right.
I know at one point they used to offer pay in four, which helped. Um, but I don't know if they do that anymore. Kino Lorber, their sales are still great, and these are still affordable. So Kino Lorber is like
Right.
is a company that I'll still continue to support in terms of a boutique label. But Vinegar Syndrome, like I'm done unless it's something that I'm like, oh no, I absolutely have to have that. Or Umbrella is the same boat, like this Super Mario Brothers set. Arrow, not I love Arrow, but that's another company where I'm like, yeah, Basket Case 4K might be good, but I'm like, I have a really good Blu-ray from that Basket Case. That film is very low budget, grindhouse kind of
Oh yeah, I heard about
movie.
that.
Like, I don't even really necessarily know if it needs a 4K. Like the Blu-ray already looks really good. Like, how much of an added difference is a 4K going to be for Basket Case? A film
Right.
that probably looks as good as it's possibly going to look based on whatever restoration already happened with that film previously.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, speaking of this is random.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so apparently that I don't know if you remember long time ago that Kim Smith horror anthology Kilroy
Yeah,
was here.
yeah.
That's actually out
The NFT
on
film.
archive.org. Yeah.
Oh,
So if you look at archive.org, you can see it.
I know there's a review of that on YouTube. I was thinking about watching later. Somebody did. They said I
Oh,
did. I
I mean,
reviewed the Kilroy's Here Kevin Smith's MVT and NFT movie.
I've seen that review. That's how I knew about because I'm like,
Yeah.
I was flipping through, I'm like, oh, and then I just like, I'm just curious. It's like the movie's like an hour and 2 minutes.
Uh huh.
Yeah, it seems like one of the worst anthologies you would see. Just well,
Great.
no, that's not true. That's not true. You got Creepshow 3 and Veronica, so that's not
Yes.
true. But it looks bad. It
And you
looks
have
really
VHS.
lame.
You have very
Yeah,
horrible shit with its segment by Adam Wingard. Oh no! Put the toothbrush in the toilet. Oh my
it
god,
looks
it's the
really lame and
scariest shit
forgettable.
ever. Speaking of good
Like there's a guy.
anthologies, speaking of horror
Yeah, go ahead.
anthologies though that don't suck, like check out ABC's A Death 2 if you haven't already, folks. That one's actually pretty dang good. And it's not
Hmm.
talked about enough if you ask me.
Yeah. I don't know. This one guy, for some reason, thinks I live in New York. I don't know
New
why.
York. That's another guy who
Yeah.
lives in New York.
I know and
Has
earlier
to deal with Joe Spinell.
we talked about Transformers 1 earlier. So for folks, whoever asked that, we did talk about that trailer earlier
If I
in the
want to see
stream.
Scarlett Johansson voice a robot, I'll watch her again.
Oh yeah, the movie Her, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
Gunhead I've heard of, Civil Wings I've heard of. Yeah, that's on archive.org. I've
Gunhead.
heard of that one.
I have a hybrid release a fan made, which has the Blu-ray transfer, but with like with English audio and subtitles and whatever, as well as the Jap options. Because Gunhead got a recent Blu-ray release in Japan, but it's only Jap and there's no like English subtitles or anything. So, and I know
Mm.
Godzilla Minus One just recently got a 4K in Japan, but it doesn't have any English subtitles. So there's like a bunch of people who are trying to create subtitles for it, and I don't know. I'll just wait till an actual official release comes out because I've heard the subtitles don't necessarily match what the official film is supposed to
I mean, it will
have.
eventually be here anyway.
Yeah.
It'll
I think it's going to
eventually
be
be here,
streaming. It's supposed
so
to be streaming on Netflix, I think. I believe it's Netflix. Could be Prime. It's either one of those. It'll be streaming on one of those platforms, I think. I heard pretty recently. So,
cool. Nah, did might see Godzilla minus one in theaters.
I haven't seen that one yet at all. So, I need
Yeah,
to I want to
haven't
check it
seen
out. When it
it's a good
theaters, it
one.
was doing the black and white one, and I contemplated it, but then I was like, I don't really want to see the black and white version in the theater. That's not my thing. Like I don't really
Right.
like a lot of black. Like I don't like the Mad Max Fury Road black and chrome edition. I don't the Logan black and white Logan Burr. I'm not into that.
Cool. All right. So sorry, just looking through the chat. Uh, that was old news. Alice Burns, the Monopoly movie. That was like old news from a while ago. So yeah, I don't think that's happening.
It could
That's
still
pretty old news.
happen. I mean, just like they're going to do another Clue. I guess I read something about that.
But with that said, I'm probably going to end it here.
Okay.
It's been about 2.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Thank thanks, Mike, for taking the time.
Thank you. It's fun.
I know your birthday's tomorrow. Have a good and safe birthday.
Thank
I'll
you.
try to catch on tomorrow. Hopefully,
Okay.
my schedule
Yeah.
works out. But
Yeah, I'll send
just send me a
you.
message.
Yeah, I'll send you a message.
And you want to promote anything coming to your channel soon?
I just uploaded a review of Goon, so if you want to see more of my thoughts on that one, I just posted a review of that. I'm next review is gonna be another Patreon request. Is gonna be for the film Her. I liked it, but it was a little too real for me in some aspects, so it's probably a film I would not watch again anytime soon. But I still thought it was a really good
Right.
film. Um,
Cool.
and there's some other stuff that I got sort of planned. I want to do another physical media madness, but I'll probably wait a little bit until like at least a Crow Steel book comes in, and then I'll do a video on that. I know I haven't done one in a while, so it's probably gonna be another one where I got a lot of stuff to show, but you know that makes it fun. Do the birthday live stream tomorrow, 5 o'clock Pacific time. Start approximately is my plan,
Cool.
and I would like to do like another talking cinema, just kind of talk about some other trailers and stuff. And I got some ideas for a couple rant videos. I want to do one on AI. Um, and it's not specifically just about James Cameron and so on. I also want to talk about the controversy with Late Night with the Devil, where people just flip their shit over 3 seconds of AI footage in the movie. Honestly, I think more people should be
Hmm.
more upset about the ending, which doesn't fit the film at all. But that's just me. I still need to review that, but like I know a lot of people love, absolutely admire and adore Late Night with the Devil. Think it's a modern classic. I liked it all right. Uh,
Every new horror movie is a modern classic nowadays.
yeah,
Every other horror film is labeled a new modern classic.
yeah,
That's just I've seen that too many times. Like every one or two horror films come out, skip one or two. This is a modern classic. This is the scariest in years.
yeah.
You hear that too many times, it's like whatever. I guess
David,
people haven't seen a lot of
I
movies.
think his last name is Dasmet. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I just to say David D. He's really good in it. And I think the fake footage that they
Double
create
D.
for the talk show is fun. There's some goopy gore at points, but it's one of
Cool.
those movies where it goes into A24 horror territory in the last 10 minutes and just becomes just pretentious
Mm.
and just confusing. And the ending,
Uh,
I understand what they're going for, but it just doesn't match the tone of what came before.
right.
And I think it just undermines everything about the movie. Because the movie starts out like it's a mockumentary, and then it ends
Right.
with all this other artsy fartsy stuff that doesn't even fit with the tone or the structure of a mockumentary, and it doesn't even conclude like a mockumentary, so it doesn't even finish what it was trying to do. So I that it's one of those films where the ending just really lost me. And I seem to be in the
Mm.
minority on that because that film's gotten like nothing but 10 out of 10, 100%, best of the best, my favorite movie of the year, that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
I'll stick with Ghost Watch. I think that's a better version of that movie.
All right. So with that said, thanks for everybody for watching.
Mm-hmm.
Take care, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Later for now.